What's going on, ladies and gents? Well, normally I'd be here asking you guys how you're doing and all that fun stuff, but I'm assuming that if you're a Chelsea fan, you're probably disappointed we didn't walk out of that with a win. But if you're non-biased, if you're not running this weird anti-Chelsea agenda, Maresca out, and you're probably looking at that performance and you're probably thinking, you know what? We put up a good performance and we probably should have walked out with a victory. And it's shitty because I think most of us here will agree. Most of us here will agree that that performance that we saw today, Chelsea versus Arsenal, was a great performance. Even with 10 men, we looked like the better team. And it's just a bummer that, unfortunately, we had to go down to 10 men. It's a bummer that Anthony Taylor is an absolute freaking fraud. We'll talk more on the referee later in the show today. And it's unfortunate that Arsenal got away with it. Arsenal got away with not being completely, utterly embarrassed and slapped up by Chelsea. Yeah, I said it, people. We were on the verge of slapping up Arsenal. And if it wasn't for the fact that we didn't down to 10 men, we were going to slap that team. Anyone who denies it, you're deluded. Very much like Chelsea fans in his very channel on Twitter call me deluded for believing what I believed in this team. And you know what? At the end of the day,
I know, I took it personal.
This team is proving why you have to take us seriously. You can't sleep on us. This team is proving why we are contenders to win the UCL. We are contenders to be in this title race. Yes, we'll have our hiccups here and there, but who doesn't have a hiccup? May I remind you, this is the same great Arsenal team that lost to this shitty Liverpool side, right? May I remind you, this is the same great Arsenal team that couldn't break down a Man City low block. They drew to Man City. This Man City that we've seen can be got at by many teams. This is the same Arsenal side that conceded 2 to Sunderland, right? This is the same Arsenal side that can bleed. It's the same Arsenal side that can be got at. It's the same Arsenal side that struggled to break down a 10-man Chelsea. Don't let anyone else tell you differently. Don't let Lee Gunner tell you differently. Don't let Truce tell you differently. Don't let Egal tell you differently. The only Arsenal fan that I trust that will actually come out there face to face and tell you the truth about today's game is going to be either Corey or TJ Warren TV. Because he'll tell you straight to their face, Arsenal were not a good team today. Arsenal did not play like a Champions League or Premier League winning side. Whether you like it or not, whether it's early gates or not, Chelsea are in this title race. Chelsea are in this title race. Real Chelsea fans will tell you, let's wait until December, I myself included. Let's wait until December to see where we're actually at, right? Because it's early doors, whatever. But at the end of the day, people want a narrative. People want a title race from the get-go. We're in third place right now, 1 point behind City. City, who are 5 points behind Arsenal. Are you really going to sit here and tell me Arsenal are going to be absolutely invincible from here until the rest of the season? Because if you are, I have a diluted sandwich to present to you. Arsenal will be stopped at some point. Unfortunately, it wasn't Chelsea, but we'll talk on the red card situation. This game was a good game for Chelsea. It was a good result in spite of the circumstances. And we could have gotten a victory. What I wouldn't have accepted was a loss. With the draw, we're still 6 points away from being in that conversation, right? 6 points away from toppling Arsenal. But I told you guys, this team, this Chelsea team, this manager, when it comes to these big sides, when it comes to the big games, he steps up. And boy, did he have a plan today. Because if you saw the same game that I saw today, then you agree. Chelsea were the better team. But it's one game. There's 26 left to go in the season. Time will tell. And we will revisit this at a later time in the season at their stadium. And hopefully by then, we'll have an answer for them. Hopefully by then, we'll have a fit Cole Palmer. Hopefully by then, we won't have lost more center backs, right? Because Levi Colwell isn't on our side either. Don't let these Arsenal fans tell you, oh, but we didn't have Gabriel, we didn't have Saliba, oh, we were missing our striker, oh, we didn't have Odegaard. Fuck off. Fuck off. You had plenty with Eze. Arsenal fans earlier in the season were telling me, oh, I don't know if Odegaard is good for the team anymore. He's under a lot of scrutiny because he's not as good as he was 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. So you weren't counting on Odegaard. And you were doing well just without Odegaard up until this point. The whole Gyökeres thing. Okay, what has Gyökeres done for you in big games? What difference would it have made? Arsenal fans were telling me Nani is a bench player. What difference does Nani coming into the side make? And sure, I'll give you Gabriel Saliba. Yeah, they weren't there, and Hincapié and Mosquera definitely showed that their levels different of the level of Saliba and Gabriel. But I can point to my end and tell you, well, Chalobah kept your team quiet, and he's been arguably one of my worst defenders this season. Didn't show it today. I didn't have Cole Palmer, my star boy. Wasn't I the team that was Cole Palmer FC not too long ago? Oh, well, we didn't have Cole Palmer, so you should have won, right? No, you didn't. We were down to 10 men. And you want to come up here and run up this narrative that, oh, well, we didn't have our best center backs. Fuck off. You had more players than us on the pitch for 50, 55. Actually, when did that red card happen? That red card happened in the 38th minute. You had 10 players. You had a player advantage over us for 55 minutes. And we looked like the better team. So enough of this bullshit. Enough of buying into the stupid Arsenal agenda. Chelsea fans, have some fucking chest for your club. We just battered Barcelona. And most of us Chelsea fans could see that we had something for Arsenal today. And unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. But it should have. And you know it should have. So I think from this game forward, Chelsea fans, back your fucking club. Back your fucking club. If you get pinned to a corner and say, oh, are you in a title race? Fucking say it with chest. Yeah, we're in a fucking title race. Sure, whatever the fuck. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because at the beginning of the season, we weren't saying we were in it. We weren't saying we were in a title race, and now we are in one. Say what you want. Have your criticism. I agree. There's a lot to criticize with this team. There's been a lot of performances out there that haven't been good. You could say we've been inconsistent with the performances, but the results have not been inconsistent. We're in second place, third place for a reason. We're in the top 4 comfortably for a reason. Back your club. Back your club and see how far it takes you. Because this season, guys, let me tell you, this team is going to go far as long as we can stay fit. And most players are coming back from injury. So, unfortunate result, but it could have been worse. It could have been a loss, and we could be talking with complete deflated chests. But the fact that we got a draw with 10 men and we were the better team, I think we're going to have different conversations today. But big up to every single one of you. Smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Be sure to check out the links in the description for more content. Be sure to help out with the memberships as well. 4 different tiers of membership, starting as low as $1 for the first tier, and then so on and so forth. Let's see the Esteval emojis in the chat. Let's see the Maresca Shush emojis in the chat. All the emojis you could think of. All the emojis you can think of. And for those of you in the beginning of the season that were doubting me about a title race, about us finishing second, talk to me nicely now. Tell me about Arsenal. Who do you back more to actually be in this? Arsenal or Chelsea after this match? We'll talk. We'll talk. Obviously, I'm on smoke right now, but it's obviously my team. I back them. But yeah, quick summary of the match before I let the panel in, just to get this going and get us really started here. Pretty much an expected lineup. I think some of us were kind of surprised that Steaua got the start, but good for him. We wanted him to get the start. We weren't sure Maresca was going to actually give him the start, but he did get the start. João Pedro in the striker position. Pedro Neto on that left-hand side. Chalobah getting another start in the Premier League. Actually, Chalobah with back-to-back starts, which goes to show that I think going forward, our pairing is going to be Fofana and Chalobah. I think that's the pairing that Maresca does prefer. And Reece James and Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez in that midfield. And boy, did Reece James have a clinic today. Absolute clinic today. Hey, we got to respect Robert Sanchez as well. And, you know, to start off this stream, I'll even do it. Sanchez got a song today. Bro, Sanchez got a song. And before we start, wait, just one clip.
Rob, stay silent if you've got a big head.
There's only one Robert Sanchez. One Robert Sanchez. He used to be shy. Now he's alright. Walking in a Sanchez wonderland. It's the most backhanded song ever, but I hope Sanchez enjoys it. Summary of today's match. Going into the match, very aggressive. You think you could say the first 10 minutes or so, Arsenal looked like the better side, but then once we controlled the pace of the game, once we got it to our pace, we were really attacking on that right-sided flank. I mean, Esteval had 3 chances to get us in the game, really showing the levels that he's at. He was cooking, absolutely rinsing Calafiori, bro. Calafiori, oh, best left back. Oh, Calafiori is amazing. Man, if you don't shut the fuck up with this Calafiori nonsense, bro. Got sat the fuck down by an 18-year-old today, struggling to keep up with him, struggling to prevent him from making chances, and showing levels on that pitch. But unfortunately, you also got to be clinical, Esteval. It's nice that you create chances and all that stuff, but you got to be clinical and you got to be calm. Some of these chances where a simple touch of the ball, getting it on target maybe means a goal versus lacing it and skying it over the net. But regardless, Esteval was cooking on that right-hand side. We were going heavily on that right side with João Pedro, with Esteval, with Caicedo, Fernandez, everyone pretty much cooking on that right side. James included as well. And yeah, we were a gusto. Everyone was cooking. And then eventually, with all the chances we were creating, we were controlling the game pretty well too, keeping them from getting many set pieces, many corners, keeping them from really taking even that many shots. We were really keeping them quiet. And unfortunately, in a very bad turn of events, Caicedo goes for 50-50, and I think it was on Zubamendi. I think it was on Zubamendi that it happened. But Caicedo goes for a 50-50, essentially. It was Marino, sorry. And just gets there a half second late. And in that half second ends up getting Marino just a little bit above the ankle, making it a dangerous play. Now, my 2 cents on it, I think it is a red card, but I think it's a harsh red card. I think if you're a referee, you look at that VAR, you give the context of, okay, he's a half second late. If it's a half second earlier, it's a clean tackle. He goes to the ball completely. It wasn't intentional. I probably give the yellow and play on just to not ruin the game early onset, going down to 10 men. But it's a red. I understand why it's a red, and so be it. I think we're going to have big debates on the consistency again in terms of the game, right? Inconsistency even in this game with Hincapié and his elbow, with Gyökeres and his tackle on Sanchez. We'll discuss all that today, but it's again the fairness, the balance, and the consistency of fouls and refereeing in this league that is absolutely frustrating for me as a fan, for most of us as a fan. So Caicedo gets sent off. That's a big blow for us. You guys already know how big Caicedo is to this team. I won't lie. Once we went down to 10 men, I was nervous. But it didn't take long for Chelsea to give me chest again, because we didn't look like we were backing down even with 10 men. We were hitting them on counterattacks. We were hitting them on the transition, trying to really prevent them from gaining the edge. And we did pretty well. I mean, we go into the half 0-0. At halftime, Esteval gets taken off, not hooked, people, taken off because of tactical substitution, tactical adaptation. Garnacho comes on. Garnacho didn't really do much of anything at all, I'll admit. So not a good game from him, especially for the standards of what's being asked for at Chelsea right now. But he comes on, doesn't do much of anything, but it took one moment, people. It took one moment from, in my opinion, the man of the match, right? Reece James. Brilliant corner that he takes. And he takes it relatively quickly, if I remember correctly. But brilliant corner from Reece James. Finds Chalobah. And someone like me who's been very, very critical of Chalobah, even asked for Chalobah to leave the club. Absolutely brilliant header from him. Puts us on the scoreboard. We're down to 10 men, people. For us to come back into this game down to 10 men and score and lead the game alone should be enough to praise his team and the mentality in this team, which I'm sorry. We talk about inconsistencies and all that stuff. I think in the last month or two that we've been watching Chelsea, I think you could see a difference in the mentality. I think something has finally clicked, and we're now taking this a lot seriously. We're not heads down when we're down to 10 men. We're heads up. We're attacking. We're creating chances. And lo and behold, we're up 1-0 with 10 men, people. So we do start to soak up a little pressure. We don't start to press Arsenal as much, unfortunately, again, because we're down to 10 men. And it didn't take very long for an opportunity to come up. And I got to admit, as much as I defend Cuckoo, it's one of those that in this one, and we got to rewatch it because I think Fofana was also to blame. We got to rewatch it, but unfortunately, Cuckoo does get cooked on this one. Cuckoo goes forward. Saka cuts back. Cuckoo's momentum takes him forward, so he can't get back enough to block the cross on Saka's left foot. And unfortunately, it finds Marino. Marino, who likes to score against us, finds Marino, and Chelsea, Arsenal are now 1-1. It didn't define the game, though. We didn't stop trying to create chances. We did create a few chances after that, but and Sanchez too kept us in the game as well. Made some decent saves here and there, claiming as many crosses and corners and throw-ins as you could think of. This man was just making sure Arsenal got nothing out of this whole situation, out of their set pieces. So I think overall, considering the situation, considering the Cole Palmer didn't come on either, which we'll talk about that decision of not bringing on Cole Palmer. But at the end of the day, being down to 10 men, 1-1 against these guys that are favorites to win the Premier League right now, and just the way we outplayed them just shows me that these guys, Chelsea and City have a great chance to go for this title. They do. We just have to take advantage of this. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Obviously, it's a long season, but after seeing that Arsenal performance against 10-men Chelsea, it just goes to show I do believe we're the better team. And I do believe we have something to show this season. Whether it's a Premier League title or a UCL win or whatever, time will tell. But to say it again, for those of you just tuning in, Chelsea fans, we made Arsenal look average. We made them look average. With 10 men, we made them look average. So let's see. Let's see the chests from the Chelsea fans now. I hope you guys have a lot more chests for your club than you did in the beginning of the season. But yeah, that was the game, guys. Let's discuss it. Let's bring on the panel. Big up to you guys. Yeah, man, it's disappointing that we didn't get a win, but I'm happy we didn't fucking lose, and I'm proud of the performance that we put up there. Scott, we'll start with you, brother. How do you feel after that result?
Mixed, to be honest. Because the performance was excellent. Like, we were the better team by a mile. You know, probably should have won. But ultimately, I'm also disappointed and kind of really pissed because we didn't win. We came away with a draw. And that was a game we should have won. Arsenal were there for the taking. Like, they weren't good at all. So yeah, so like I'm a bit mixed. Just because, like I said, we should have got the win. I think even with the red card, we could have won. If you have a proper number 9 up there, I think we win. So yeah, like it's disappointing in that sense, but at the same time, like, that's the best team we're going to face in the Premier League, and we made them look so shit. Like, we made most of their team just look distinctly average, which I am pleased about, and like most of the players that played performed, which again I'm also happy about.
Chris, what about you? How do you feel about today's game?
I mean, I do agree with Scott. Like, before the red card, it looked like we was going to win. We was making their midfield very uncomfortable, even their defense very uncomfortable. Like, with Vestergaard getting a few chances, like the one he skied with his right foot, the volley, and you know, that was a great chance to have, or the shot. I can't remember the third chance you said Vestergaard had, but like he also created a chance for Enzo as well. But yeah, like, looked like we was the one dominating after like 10 minutes or whatever it was, until like, yeah, the red card. And it's kind of annoying because I seen those red cards not get given, and like sometimes a yellow card, and like, you know, no more after that you get a warning, since how early it was as well. But I'm not like gonna say that's not a red card, just the consistency of it, what is quite annoying with it. But yeah, like even with Reece James as well, like Reece James, that was probably his best performance in midfield I've seen probably. With Reece James on and off the ball as well. He was brilliant off the ball because I don't think he got dribbled past. On the ball, he was like, I think 100% like
He was phenomenal
rate.
today.
Yeah, like success rate. He was on the ball. He was unreal. The passing he was doing. He locked all 3 of their midfielders. Like, we all, like us rivals or whatever, we say Enzo's a bit of a cone in the midfield. So basically, Reece James had to put a real shift in, and yeah, like he did. But for me, yeah, he was also a man of the match, definitely. Like him, Sanchez, like the people who put a real shift today was like Gusto, him. I mean, they all put a shift really in, but like I'm talking like world class, like him, Reece, Gusto, Chalobah was really good as well. Like defensively, he was solid. Except for the passing, was a bit off, but he got the goal as well. You know, we don't win that. Well, we don't draw that game without Chalobah. Sanchez as well. He was brilliant. The passing was decent, and the saves are like even better. Like, and he put his body on the line with that Chris moment as well. But yeah, like I'm not like that frustrated because like we was down to 10 men and we lost Caicedo, by the way. We lost our top 2 player in our team, by the way. We didn't lose
like the heart of the midfield, pretty much.
One of the weakest ones. We didn't lose, like, no offense, like Gusto. Even though Gusto was unreal today, we didn't lose like a Chalobah. We didn't lose like even a João Pedro or something like that. We lost Caicedo, you know, and it's going to be so much harder in that midfield without him. But we pulled through it. Thanks to Reece James mainly, I would say in that midfield. He was unreal, honestly. World class
let me
like in
actually-
that midfield. But I couldn't believe how good Reece was in midfield, because I've seen him like other games in midfield. He's like decent, good, but like this is on another level. Mentality from Reece James just to do all that.
Here, I actually have a few things from Reece that I wanted to bring up. So Reece came out, comments, said it's disappointing to come away with only 1 point. We went down to 10 men pretty early in the game, and that made it more difficult. The manager changed the formation slightly at halftime when we knew we weren't going to have the ball as much. We had to soak up the pressure and try to catch them on the counter. We didn't have the final touches, which is true. I mean, we were catching them on the counter, and even on was it a set piece or no? It wasn't a set piece, but like yeah, we had chances. We definitely had chances, and unfortunately, we just weren't clinical.
We had most of our chances for the red card though.
Yeah. And even after the red card, we had chances, but just not clean in the final third. Like
I don't
maybe
think the lap
decision making was a
helped.
little off.
I thought he would be like more of a nuisance when he came on. I thought he'd be like bullying them or just with pace.
It's also tough though, because like you're down a man.
Yeah. It is harder. I'm not gonna say it isn't, because like we have to fight. Like every man has to fight. Like trap back. That's the one thing I got a little bit annoyed with the lap. He wasn't pressing as much. I thought he should have.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah. But maybe that's just not his game to do that. So
yeah.
But yeah, like I thought Leto, like he put a real shift in today as well, like tracking back as well a lot.
Yeah, it's we'll criticize when we get to that. Reece also had this to say: I think everyone can see where we are and what we are fighting for. I think today was a big statement. Even though we wanted to win, there's lots of positives to take. Reece James's game today by the numbers, dog. This is some beast numbers.
12 goals,
11 out of 12 won. I don't know which one he lost, but 6 final third entries, 4 fouls won, 4 crosses made, 2 chances created, 2 times he won over the possession, 1 assist, and he did not concede a single foul today. No Chelsea has provided more assists across all comps this season. 4. So yeah.
Van Reece.
I don't know if then Reece, but I think 4 is the top number, and I think he's tied for the most assists
maybe
right
with
now.
Enzo, because I think Enzo's like
Enzo's up there.
So.
No, Enzo isn't. I
Is
don't
he?
think.
You sure?
He's got more goals and assists.
Oh
I
no,
think
yeah, he's
he's
got
tied.
2 assists. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's tied with Esteval,
Is it
potentially.
Esteban?
I'll have
You
to
wanna see
double
what
check
else
that.
is
But I
impressive?
think,
No, yeah, you're right with Enzo. I just realised he's on 2 and like 5 goals, I think. Yeah,
Chris,
yeah,
check it
he's been
out.
scoring more than he's been assisting.
yeah, same as
Premier League assists for Chelsea.
wait.
Reece James has 1 more than Ashley Cole. That's good. That's good company
And
to
he's
be
been
in.
injured for like 2-3
Yeah,
seasons. Like.
that's
That's also
great
not really
company
that
to be.
surprising, I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, I mean Reece is like a lot more better in attack. I mean Ashley Cole is still good going forwards, as I
Of
still
course,
remember.
but I'm not saying Ashley Cole is shit. I'm just saying it's
of
impressive
course
that he's
not.
up there with Ashley Cole.
But no way.
But yeah.
Ashley Cole's our best left back.
I guess we'll start off with what I think is the man of the match. You could make the argument that Robert Sanchez could be the man of the match, but I think based on what was on the pitch, what was happening on the midfield, and with the 10 men
He was
down,
top 3 for me.
it's Reece. It's Reece.
I
In my
agree,
opinion, it's
100%.
Reece.
And despite how good Sanchez played, and we'll get to him, I don't think it's close. Like he was the best player on the pitch, like in every aspect of the game. He was the best midfielder on the pitch. He's not even a midfielder. That included a midfield of Caicedo for 30-something minutes, and Declan Rice, who was bin juice, by the way. But we'll get to him. Yeah, he was head and shoulders clear of everyone. I do not want to hear any comparisons to him and fucking Timber. I don't want to hear comparisons between him and Trent. Actually, Trent's not even. I don't want to hear comparisons with him and Frimpong if Frimpong ever starts to play. He's the best right back in this league, and it's not close to anyone. Everyone else is fighting for second place.
I mean, I felt like
100% agree.
he fought 3 midfielders alone, basically that most of that as well. I mean, not Caicedo. Enzo did drop back, but like he was doing a lot of that on or off the ball as well. Actually, off the ball especially, he was doing most of that alone.
Especially
in the midfield.
Especially after we went down to 10 men as well, and it's in the second half. Like, whenever we were counter-attacking or whenever we were actually pushing up the pitch, he was always the one initiating it. Every single time, whether it was driving past players, whether it was passing out of trouble, he was the one initiating it in the second half every single time.
I don't know he can do that in midfield. I've always felt like he has a solid performance in midfield, but that was like a world class. Like I've never seen him play like that in midfield. I don't think ever. Unless
No, that was
someone
easily
remembers.
his best performance in the midfield. And again, this is a
just shows
player
you what
who
type
is
of
not
player he
a
is.
natural midfielder. He's just a good player.
No, yeah, he has the ability to do everything: pass it, shoot it, defend, like intercept, in the air, strength. Like what can't he do? Was like stay fit. Like the last couple of seasons before. That's the only thing he couldn't do. Everything else he could do on that field.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I said this on Lewis's stream as well, and I'll repeat it here. Like Lampard, Tuchel to an extent, Potter, Poch, all of these guys have blood on their hands. If it wasn't for them rushing this guy back and fucking his career up to an extent, we'd be talking about an all-timer in his position.
But by the way, Scott, me and Marshall was backstage. I said like if he does pick up an injury, and what Enzo does pretty good, he doesn't rush his players back. And you can see with Reece James, he's stayed fit for over 12 months straight now. We've not seen that for like the last 2 or 3 seasons or whatever. And I completely agree. I remember like Lampard, and it's with even Chilwell. Both fullbacks are kind of injured, and he played them against Arsenal. I think we lost 3-1, and they came off it. Well, they both injured after that game anyway. Like I remember that game especially. So I agree with that.
I actually was gonna ask CP, what did you think of Reece James's performance today in the midfield?
You know how I think there's an old Mourinho quote of if I had 11 as Piliquetas, I could still win the league.
Yeah.
This guy out.
That's true.
This
That's
guy,
how you're cooking with that one.
This guy has a ball striking like no tomorrow. So you got your striker position covered. He creates like no tomorrow. He's a great CDM. We see him play center back and he's still good. And we know he's one of the best fullbacks in the world. So what can't he do as long as he's healthy? Honest to God. He is possibly the most complete football in the world right now in terms of playing any position, and you could be like, that makes sense.
And
The only thing he can't do at this point in his career is something that's not even his fault, which is bombing up and down on the wing on like a consistent basis, which
I
isn't
thought you
his
were gonna
fault.
say play goalkeeper because we haven't seen it yet.
Like goalkeeper as well, but apparently he was a
Honestly,
goalkeeper.
if
Like
you go
as a kid,
10 men,
so
no
maybe-
keeper.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
What?
Apparently, I don't know how true that is, but apparently, but yeah, outside of playing goalkeeper, in terms of positionally, there's not a single position on the pitch he can't play because he has the attributes to play at all positions. Like I said, outside of playing on the wing, because he just doesn't have the speed at this point and that ability to like blast past people, like in those positions. But part of that isn't his fault because of like the injury stuff.
I mean, he's basically playing wing under Tuchel, right? Like in a sense,
Yeah.
like before like all the injury crisis, he was still doing it. Yeah, the injuries what killed him with the bombing up and down.
But yeah, best midfielder hands down on the pitch. Best player obviously, but
Yeah.
best midfielder hands down on the pitch.
But it's just like if you're an Arsenal fan listening to this and you actually argued that Timber is a better right
We need
back,
to stop entertaining that.
No, because
idea.
here's the thing. If they're gonna say, see, this is why, because the gallery said this. Hey, there's Rice and then there's Caicedo. Like there's levels to this. You know what? Fair enough. Then there's levels to this too. There's Reece, and then there's Rice because Reece is now playing midfield. Because the argument was, Timber's the right back because Gusto's in his position. Fair enough. So if Reece James isn't playing midfield, then Reece showed levels to Rice. Then okay.
he did. Today especially. I barely noticed Rice on that pitch.
He was shit.
He did one good thing.
And
That's
I
like
think, by
one
the
good
way,
we did. That's it.
Today is the perfect example, by the way, of these Arsenal fans that say that he plays the 8 because, he's more of a complete midfielder, so he has to play it. No, bullshit. You see today, especially second half after Zubamendi went off, he plays 8 because he sucks as a 6 in a possession system.
Yeah, he can't do that.
One more time for the people in the back.
He is bin juice as a 6 in a possession-based system. When he has to get on the ball and start playing with it, he fucking stinks.
And I'll be honest, Enzo Fernandez was a better 8 than him anyways when they're both playing it.
Yo, speak on it. When I see Declan Rice play.
Well done. Wow, amazing, brilliant. Well done, super good job.
Good job, Rice. Well done, Rice. Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, no, Enzo Fernandez was, once again, like, big games, he's showing up, man. No, like we could criticize him sometimes being lackadaisical and small. Big games, man. He's definitely showing the passion and everything else he's showing up.
Yeah, and that's all I can ask for Enzo Fernandez, man. Like he's also another one that is polarizing, right? But before I even get on the Enzo Fernandez thing, what I wanted to say is like it's no coincidence, people, that what was it, guys? Like 5 years ago, it was Reese versus Trent. Who's the better right back? At some point, it was Reese and Cancelo. Yeah, Cancelo's clear.
Cancelo one was an interesting one.
Yeah.
But it was there. People were arguing Cancelo.
I seen this with like Eden Hazard, like
and then now it's Timber. Like
when it came to the international team, right? Oh, Reese isn't better than Kyle Walker. All this and that. Like, how many right backs do we need to compare to Reece James before you realize Reece James is the guy that you keep comparing him to? He is the standard.
Yeah,
it's because he's so complete. So if we, for example, we start with Trent. Okay, Trent might have a better passing, you can say, even though Reese's passing is great, but his defensive work rate with Reece is light years. Then we go to Kyle Walker. Then Kyle Walker doesn't have the crossing or the dead ball that Reece does, but they have similar defending and physicality. Then you go to Timber. Yeah. You know what these guys used to talk about? Look how many goals Timber has scored. But these frauds in Arsenal, he's not scoring these goals like what Reece James used to score these goals in terms of scoring bangers. He's scoring them through set pieces, which is fine. I'm not saying no to that. But Rice is taking a corner and he's scoring a header goal. Not that he's bombing up from the right back and then scoring a banger. That's what they're making it sound like. But the way he's scoring it is through set pieces.
Speaking on Timber, I need to show this. I need to show this off because I need to just talk as much shit, bro. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Arsenal fans, you watch today's game, right? Tell me, what did Timber do? Because I can tell you what Reece James did. I can tell you what Reece James did.
Like to know, like what? Yeah.
This is what Timber was doing. Man was struggling to keep up with Enzo Fernandez. Had to foul him, and of course Anthony Taylor being the fraud that he freaking is.
Oh, he's trying to hold him, man.
Yeah, Anthony Taylor being a fraud that he fucking is didn't give him a foul for this.
I mean, Reece didn't even get dribbled past today. I know he didn't play right back, but he didn't get dribbled past once.
This was like, I think, towards the end of the first half, I think. Or maybe the second half, I don't remember.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. He was screaming on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, because he got fouled.
Yeah, that's a blatant foul.
Oh, fucking A, man.
They didn't give it though, did they?
No, they didn't.
Nope.
Anthony Taylor, you're a fraud. Also, you Arsenal fans that actually wanted to believe Timber's better than Reece James, you're also a fraud.
He's a good fullback, but why go over that level that we spend on Reece James? Just because he's been injured the last couple of years, you can just say it.
Because like, Don Robbie's done it.
Because Arsenal fans are like stupid. Like, that's like, all it is.
And sorry, Scott. And the thing they got to remember, they have Saliba and Gabriel and even Raya, to an extent, protecting the fullbacks. You know what Reece James and Cucurella have? They have Tosin, Chalobah, and injured Fofana. Yeah, Cole will, but he's injured now too as well. Like, we have an empty net. Okay, we have Caicedo too. I will say we have Caicedo trying to protect that defense, but the centre backs anyway. Like, we don't have a Gabriel or a Saliba or a Hanikapi as well, or however you say his name. He's a good centre back too.
Show me Yuri and Timber doing this.
I do rate Fofana, by the way. It's just he's always in.
Dude, the way he
show me Yuri and Timber doing this.
Funny as shit.
Oh yeah, he ain't doing that.
Even, you know what? Even the pass to Stevao for the goal against Barca.
Yeah.
Show me Yuri and Timber doing that. A little Travella outside the foot pass to Stevao for the goal.
No, he knows how to get header goals.
Do you know why? Like Marshall said earlier, the reason why what's his face Timber gets compared to Reece is because he's the benchmark. But if Timber's so good, outside the fact he was mid today, if Timber is so amazing, number one, the injury excuse is jokes because he spent the entirety of last season being injured because he snapped his ACL.
Really?
And then secondly, if Timber was so good as a right back, why did he spend most of last season playing left back before he got injured?
Oh, I just realized this is someone's.
Sorry, I realized Arsenal
this.
fans did this before. The South American player, I think he's a fullback. He went to Atletico Madrid. What's his name? He went crying to one-legged Kante in the Europa League final too. I swear he was also a right back.
Torreira.
Torreira. I swear they used to compare him with Reece James.
Yeah, of course they did, bro. This is what they do. This is what Arsenal fans do. They compare these good players. To these actual world-class players and then go, Yeah, it's comparable. But then, like, when the world class player turns up and the mid player doesn't turn up, it's like, oh shit, I wonder why. Because he's mid.
And you know what? I think next time I ever hear Reece James be compared to with anyone that's in the right back position, I'll probably answer it that way. It's like, why are you comparing him to Reece James? Why did you compare the last right back to Reece James? Goes to show you probably respect Reece James a lot, and you know he's the benchmark. So we're not having this
I do
anymore.
think a lot of them do respect Reece. It's just they want to say theirs is better.
Yeah,
They're
of
trying to
course they
back
do.
him, and
Of course they do. And again, I
that's
get
what-
it.
doesn't
You're a
make sense.
fan. That's what fans do. But
They
Come on,
won't be
man.
talking
There's
all that
levels to this
shit
game.
about their fullbacks, about Sleeper,
If we're comparing
Gabriel.
fullbacks,
If we
we
swap
talk about
Arsenal
Ricardo
backs,
Calamari.
Yeah, California wasn't good
bro.
either. You got
That
some-
guy was put in a spliff. Also, it's not talked about enough, but like Caicedo was having a good game before he got sent off.
I know.
He got hooked at half time.
Caicedo?
No,
No,
Or are
California-
you talking about Calafiori? Calafiori, yeah. I was talking about Caicedo had a good game. Yeah, Calafiori was getting rinsed. He was getting rinsed. Another one that they were trying to tell me best left back in the league.
Lewis Skelly,
yeah, better
actually,
than
yeah,
Cucurella, no.
Yeah, Lewis Skelly came on and got rinsed.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
notice
yeah,
Lewis
both
Skelly
of them
till
were
like
like that,
70, 80 minutes maybe. I honestly, like, he was a ghost. We're just getting through him.
All right, we need to talk about this. Here, we need to talk about this.
Dude,
Let's
that
talk
should've
about
been-
the-
that should've been
Oh,
the red.
Trevor.
Let's talk about the refereeing, right? Because I don't want to blame the game on the
Is this another
refereeing,
Instagram
but
post?
holy shit, guys! Like,
Even,
at some point, you got to look at the referee and be like, "What the actual shit was going
But
on?" So
are we
let's
splitting
discuss it.
different
Let's
with
see if we
Anthony
agree.
Taylor?
Let's see where we disagree and where we agree, right? So we'll start off with this, right? Chelsea have the highest bookings per game average, 2.36, under Anthony Taylor. The highest figure for any team he has refereed 20 plus times in his career.
Oh.
I wonder why. This guy should have stopped refereeing Chelsea games after the whole
Cup
Liverpool
final.
Reece James
Yeah, but
debacle.
we know what the Prem is doing. The Prem wants entertainment.
Yeah,
They fucking
entertainment.
set this up. You know this.
So
you know they set this shit up. Come on.
Opta Joe had this for us. Moises Caicedo has received his first red card in the Premier League in his 130th appearance. He is the 7th Chelsea player to have been sent off against Arsenal in a competition, and first since David Luiz in September 2017. Studs.
Does Anthony Taylor get like a bonus for doing that to Caicedo then for his first red card?
Probably. But this is the inconsistency,
There
guys.
was-
This is
I
what
think I
pisses
sent
me the
you
fuck
on,
off.
Discord too. There's another one. Was kind of crazy.
Because whether you agree with me or not on how you would have approached the game, I think I'm unbiased enough to say, okay, I can see why it's a red card, right? It's a dangerous play. This is a dangerous play, right? You could have broken the lower part of his shin, the ankle. You know, it's dangerous. It's a rough penalty, but it's by like a half second, right? So I look at the intention and I take that into consideration, and I'm like, okay, I could give a yellow because that's what Anthony Taylor gave at first, right? Anthony Taylor gave a yellow, and then VAR requested he check the monitor to see if he would change his decision from a yellow to a red. Mind you, Anthony Taylor was somewhere in and about this. He could see the play clearly. He gave a yellow initially and then was swayed because of VAR. That's a whole nother argument you could have, but I'm not going to go there, right? I think it's a harsh red because it's not intentional. He's a half second late, and you could take that into consideration, the intention, right? And you don't ruin the game. I think once you give the red, you're making the decision then that you're going to make this game, you're going to change the complete way this game is going, the complete momentum of the game. And to be fair, that first half, Anthony Taylor was slinging out yellows like it was nobody else's business. He had an absolute feel for that yellow card today. But Bentancur did this against us not too long ago.
Yeah, but that
and
referee's not bold.
It's
I can see
it's
why.
not a red card.
not-
So it's the inconsistencies that get me every time. And this is the play. Obviously, when you slow it down, it looks worse. I'm not helping the case here. But again, look at how close he is to getting to the ball.
There's one
and
on what's his name,
just that
Foden
half
as well,
second, bro.
where he's the guy sliding to Foden. This one, he didn't slide into him. He went to go for the ball, obviously mistimed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like it can be red, but like there's so many others, just not red cards.
It's harsh. It's a harsh red.
It's not harsh. It's a red card. The issue is the inconsistencies.
Yeah,
But
that's
this
why
one
I
too, right?
agree.
Like
You've
this
got,
was
like-
from the Newcastle game that happened
He slid
last week.
into it, man.
The
Like-
difference, by the way, the difference with that one, the reason why that's not a red is because the foot isn't planted. So there's no
Yeah.
there's no there's no danger from the defender of
Okay, yeah, I get
you
you,
might
I get
snap
you.
your ankle because if his Foden's foot was planted there,
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
get you.
The comparable one is the what's it called, the Benson Kerr one, which should have been a red as well. That's the issue. The issue here is not the red card. The issue here is the inconsistencies. It's a red card challenge. Like at the end of the day, it sucks, and it was like we don't want to see it, and it did taint the game. But for us, in terms of like with 11 men, we probably win that. It's still a red card. Like that's still a red card challenge. You like Caicedo was an idiot for making that challenge because he didn't need to. It's
Yeah,
just like
he didn't need to.
It's just the inconsistencies because the Benton Core one. That's why we're frustrated, is because of the Benton Core one, and people like the other ones we'll talk about. So yeah,
At least Caicedo gets a break.
Well, yeah, he is gonna miss these games:
We got
Leeds,
Santos
Bournemouth,
as well.
Everton.
I'm fine.
So I think with Santos being available, Isugo now training again, and he can become he can be in contention to become available by next game, maybe on the bench. Then we'll probably be okay. But it's a big loss, obviously, without Moises. We already know Moises, like, there are games where he is the midfield. Like, you put two teams into consideration, he is the midfield. There's Moises.
Oh, he protects that back line so well.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, too. It's like that protection that we get from Moises Caicedo with the defense, especially. You know, our defense has been better. And I'm not going to lie, Fofana's been great. Chalobah's stepped up. Like, now Chalobah's looking like end of last season Chalobah, which is what I needed from him sooner rather than later. But it's unfortunate. And so he misses these games. CP, before I move on to the other evidence I have to show, what did you think? Was it a harsh red? Was it a deserved red? Should it have even been a red at all?
No, I can see it as a red. I get it, but then I'm just thinking about the other things that Arsenal did in terms of what also could have been a red, or at least reviewed by VAR at the very least.
I'm glad you brought that up. And before I transition over to that, ladies and gents, if you're just tuning in, smash up the like button. It helps out the channel tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new here, maybe even if you're a rival and you want to show some respect to Chelsea, maybe you talk too much smack and you got humbled today by 10 men, Chelsea, then give us a subscribe. We invite the humble Arsenal fan to the channel, right? But let's oh, you know what? I don't even need to say this. Chris, why don't you remind me, man? Why don't you remind me?
What do I remind you of? What?
What? Stay humble, huh?
Wait, I don't understand.
Anyways, so obviously this play,
yeah.
I think CP was referring to this, right?
Yeah.
This is one of the ones in contention.
But they're gonna
for-
say he didn't look at his face, right? That's
Yeah, they could make that argument all they want, but
argument you can say.
he just
But
way
you
like
swing
what
your
I don't like
elbow
is the
out.
way he brings up that elbow so high.
Yeah, you know someone's gonna.
This is
jump
an
on that.
unnatural position to bring up your elbow. I don't care. You can bring your elbow up high, but at this point he's reaching.
Like
He
trying
to me it looks like he's reaching because his elbow is in one position in the beginning of the motion and then it's exaggerated.
Did he even get a? Was he on a yellow or did he get a yellow?
no, this was his yellow card.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he got a yellow from
He
this.
did get booked.
That's what I was saying in the Discord. He got a yellow from this.
And
Elbows
the only
him straight in
argument
the
I
face.
say Is like he didn't.
And it was a
actually look
brutal
at-
elbow, man. Like the
Yeah.
damage that it caused. Look at this.
Oh,
Bruised up
yeah.
immediately.
He hit him hard then.
Yeah. He hit, I mean, look at this angle, Chris.
He must have put some force into it though. I didn't notice the force.
You're jumping for the ball.
I mean,
like-
that was like a wrestling match almost at this point, like the Chelsea and Arsenal game. There's a lot of fights going on. And was it Cucurella, like one player's trying to run through and he didn't have the ball, but Cucurella's just grabbing him at one point. It was a
Yeah,
rough
so
game.
like this play like pissed me the fuck off. And And also, yeah, might as well speak on this too.
Oh, the Jokeris one.
The Gyökeres one too. There's another one that I'm thinking like, okay, really? Because this was dangerous as fuck.
The only thing is he didn't hit him the studs.
Look at that.
He's going for the ball and...
So again, we're talking about the consistencies, right? The endangering a player and stuff. This isn't endangering the player. This isn't a dangerous play. Violent
Neither of
conduct,
these
none
are
of
red
that stuff.
cards. Neither
I
of
don't-
those
What happened?
challenges
I
are red
don't think that
cards.
one's especially not a red. Because
Say
he
that
didn't
again,
hit him the studs.
Scott. I didn't hear you.
I don't think either of those challenges were red cards.
I think this is insanely reckless, though.
I don't think it is. He's going for the ball.
Yeah, he sees the rebound right. Like
It
at
also,
that
if you
point.
watch the replay, he catches Sanchez on the arm.
I thought he cast him in the body, but not with the studs. But
Yeah, it's like arm or shoulder or whatnot. Like, that's not a red card. It's a 50-50 challenge. It's like, he's not endangering Sanchez. Like, he hasn't kicked him in the head. He hasn't, like, he's not endangering Sanchez in any way. That's a yellow card. And the Hincapié one's not a red card either. He's looking at the ball the whole time.
That's
like-
the only argument I'd say is
Yeah, that's why, like, for example, the
He didn't
Jackson
look
and the Delap ones were red cards. Because they
Yeah, they
didn't look
looked
at the
at-
ball. They looked at the player and then elbowed them with a pointed elbow in the face. That's another thing. With Hincapié's one, like, even though the arm you can argue is high, it's an emotion for him to jump upwards. He's not pointed his elbow at Chalobah with a distinct, like, goal of elbowing him in the face.
Mhm.
It's just that his arm's a bit high. And he does
I just
catch him in
think-
the face.
It's like EE is saying. It's an unnatural position. This even like let's just for argument's sake. If we look at those Jackson elbows from last season, or even the lap one from this season, if you're not looking at the player, actually the laps one, I don't think the lap even looked at the
Yeah, he
player,
did.
did he? No, he did. He
He
did. He
looked at the
did.
player the whole time and then elbowed him in the face with a pointed
I-
elbow. He
I
hit him
think
with an
it-
MMA elbow, bro.
If you don't even look at the player, though, it's still a dangerous play. Like, take away the fact that Jackson looks at the player or Delap looks at the player. Would you argue that he should still be sent off?
Say again, sorry?
So let's just say Delap or Jackson never look at the player in those particular plays where they get
Then it's,
sent off
then,
with
it's
the
not,
elbow.
then it's a yellow card in both those instances.
I think it doesn't change the fact that the player got hurt in the way he did, which is in part why.
No, it's a
you
yellow
get the
card
yellow.
because you're focused on the ball. You're not aware of what's going on around you. So you're just trying to shield the player. If you catch him then with an elbow, because you're just trying to shield the ball, which is what they would be doing in those positions, it's a yellow card. And I'd have been saying at the time it's a yellow card. The reason that they're red cards is because they are focused on the player and not focused on the flight of the ball. Hincapié in that position is focused on the flight of the ball. All he's focused on is getting is challenging for the ball with Chalobah and like getting in front of him. The fact he catches him in the face is like that's one of those things that happens, bro. It's a physical sport. It's a contact sport. That's just one of those things that happens.
I agree.
Like,
with that.
it's the same way in the second half. Hincapié goes to challenge with João Pedro like 2 minutes into the second half and like wins the header, but as he wins the header, he catches him on the cheek with his head. Like, he's just challenging for the ball. Like, that's all it is. Like, this isn't a red card. Like, I understand we're pissed because of the Caicedo one, but that's not a red card.
My only argument is just how high this elbow is. I think that's the fact that your elbow is at a 12-degree position. That's not natural to me. I've seen plenty of players put their elbows up, and that's fine. You can put your elbows up at the 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or 3 o'clock position, whatever. Once you get to the 12 o'clock, like, brother, what are we doing? This to me looks unnatural. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, again, this isn't like the moment defining game that's going to change everything. But like, we had their defense on yellows. Other than Timber, all of the defenders were on yellow. Even Lewis Skelly got a yellow. Like, at some point, one of these players are going to make a mistake and get sent off. And this could have been one of those mistakes for Hincapié, even though this is the one that got him a yellow. I think later on in the game, there was another moment too where he got away with it. But like, I don't know. It's the inconsistencies that frustrate me. Like, why is this one a yellow when the elbow, to me, in my opinion, obviously me and Scott disagree here, and Chris, to me, the elbow looks like it's higher than it should be, and it's elbowing him in the face. Like,
Do you think it's intentional?
I think Hincapié is aware that he's there, But
yeah,
I don't think
know-
he meant to hit him in the face. I think he just
Yeah.
wanted to
this
really
is why I
get an
feel
edge
like
on him by
you
pushing
should
him
give it a
aside.
yellow and obviously move on from there.
Yeah, I don't think Incapia went in there like, I'm going to elbow this guy in the face.
No, he didn't
But-
do a Delap or Jackson. No.
But again, like, it doesn't matter the intent of the play, right? Because Moises Caicedo didn't mean to get stomp Marino's ankle, right?
I know, but that's a little bit different. Those are ankle breakers. They can, I guess, like, planted on the ground, snap his ankle.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know. The CP, what did
I
you...
have more problems like the Benacho ones and all that. Like, that's a bigger issue.
Yeah, CP, I think you had some disputes on this stuff too. I mean, what did you think of either play Gyökeres? I can go back to the Gyökeres one if you want me to, or the Incapia one.
No, I think the Sen Capia one should have been reviewed and read. To be frank.
Do you agree? It's the elbow?
Yes.
I just think the elbow's way too high. Like, that doesn't look natural to me.
That's not at all.
And he
And
hit
he's
him
also
clean.
mistimed it. If you're telling me that's natural, that's mistimed. I'm sorry. What? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's a fair point too. He did miss timing a bit. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The game is the game, man. Wait 1 second. Hold on. I just got it real quick. Where is it? I moved everything now. Here.
Don't forget chat. Risk out, man. There we go.
Thank God. Is he here? Oh no.
No, he's not here yet. He might have
Still,
passed out, to be
streaming?
honest.
Is he passed out?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, it's just really frustrating, guys, when you look at the scenario of the game today. I'm not gonna blame the draw on the refereeing, but I think, can we all agree the refereeing was absolutely horrible today?
Yeah. It was shit.
There was definitely some situation. You know when you're not supposed to talk to the referee and all that. I saw I forgot which Arsenal player, but he was talking to the referee and didn't get a yellow card or whatever. And I swear you're not supposed to do that. And there's a few other tackles too. But I mean, it's Anthony Taylor. I was all prepared like stuff was gonna happen regardless. It just wasn't as bad as I expected. Maybe. That's it.
Yeah.
I can't lie. Outside of like the major decisions, I actually don't think they did a bad job, especially like the assistant referees. I thought they were good. It's literally like we've seen way worse refereeing performances from Anthony Taylor than we saw today. Yeah, like there was a couple decisions. Like I think the Timber one on Enzo. I think Timber's the only person you can maybe argue should have got a red from their team in terms of a yellow card accumulation. But like the Cucurella foul at the start, or not the start.
Wait, did Timber get a yellow today too?
Tackle.
He got a yellow, but you could have made the argument.
Yeah, I remember the Cucurella one of the stars.
But yeah, there was a
Should've gotten a
couple
yellow probably,
towards.
but he didn't
I
get
don't
a
think he
yellow.
was that bad. Like it was more the major decisions people were pissed with. But again, from my point of view, I don't think he got the major decisions wrong. I don't think it was a red card for Hincapié. I don't think it was a red card for Gyökeres, and I think it was a red card for Caicedo.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there was a lot of fouls in that game that I felt weren't given to Chelsea. And yeah, I mean,
The thing I actually thought, just on a side note, the thing I thought that Taylor did well, in my point of view, was like getting the yellow cards out early, because like
Yep.
that I feel like that could have devolved with how aggressive it was into like just like a melee almost, and like it could have got bad. And I think the fact that he got the cards out early, I think especially in the second half, curbed that in a sense. So I thought that was good from him.
yeah. And honestly, CFC 44, I felt like that in the beginning. Like Taylor loves the limelight with all the yellows he was giving out. It was insane. I was like,
Yeah,
Jesus
4
Christ,
minutes
this guy's giving out yellows everywhere. Like, let's look at today's game. Like, Calafiore got a yellow. Incapia got a yellow. Mosquera got a yellow. Miles Lewis-Skelly came on, got a yellow. Zubermendi got a yellow. Gyökeres got a yellow. Caicedo got sent off. Cucurella got a yellow. I think...
We didn't get many yellows though, did we? It's mainly
No,
red.
we didn't get many yellows.
No,
Originally,
Cucurella-
Caicedo got a yellow. But yeah, like in the first half alone, I think it was Zubi, Mosquera, Incapia, Calafiore, and Cucurella got a yellow. 5 yellows in the first half alone.
Yeah.
And the sending off too. So there was 6 cards in total in that first half. Which I guess goes to the point that Scott was saying. Like maybe it helped calm down the game a bit because, listen, like we know how this rivalry plays out. Like it gets physical. It gets physical. It gets violent. We don't like each other. Even today with Nani on the pitch and everything, like Enzo, and who else was it? Enzo, Neto, like they were not Cucurella. They were not showing him any respect. They were not showing him any of this. You're one of the mandem type shit. No, you're a rival now. You chose Arsenal. You left before you could claim your medal for the Club World Cup. You chose Arsenal, so hold that, bro. There was no niceness in this fixture at all. I wanted to show off a few other things too that came out of this game. So for the month of November, pretty good record. Pretty good record. Only 2 draws and then 4 victories, which is an improvement. For sure, we're heading in a good direction, I would say. Another thing to point out is that Jamie Carragher actually had something nice to say about us. For once, I'm shocked as well, guys. Jamie Carragher, I think it's not so much about giving criticism to Arsenal for not going on to win the game. I think we should credit Chelsea, who were outstanding with 10 men. And it goes to show, by the way, I should say, and you know, panel, disagree with me if I'm wrong. I think we actually showed that Arteta is still a bit of a coward when it comes to certain sides. And despite being the best team in the Prem currently because of the league form, he still cowered against us. And we were 10 men. We were 10 men down. I felt like either he cowered against us or we just kept them really silent.
No, I think it was the latter because like they took off their DM who's played basically most of the minutes this season and put on a number 10.
Yeah,
like they took off and then they took off their number 10 and put a striker on. Like they went for it. Just the players suck today. Like I'll be real, I can't really like. I'd love to crash on Arteta because it's funny. He actually didn't really do anything wrong today. Like the lineup he picked from their point of view looked good enough to get something. Like it was the best back 4 they could pick, the best midfield they could pick, and on form, the best front 3 they could pick. So like, I don't think he did anything. And even the setup, like they didn't sit deep and try defending against us. They tried to go toe to toe. It's just their players didn't turn up. Like their £100 million midfielder looked like trash. Their best right back and best left back in the league looked like trash. The centre backs I'll allow because like that's the second time they played together, and like one of them has played like 4 games all season. It's like I'll allow him a little bit of leeway. But yeah, like their best player was Mikel Merino.
That's hilarious.
That kind of tells you everything you need to know. So I don't really like Arteta to do anything wrong. The players were trash. They sucked.
I think he did do things wrong. I think he got out-tacticked by Maresca, but I don't want to say he's cowardly. Like he did, like as Scott was saying, he took off Zubomendi, brought in Odegaard, took off Eze, who was having a shit game for the big striker with 60+ goals in a season in Gyökeres, who just came from an injury. So yeah, he went for it.
I mean, yeah, losing Zubomendi and putting Rice in the midfield is a downgrade. Like Scott said as well, he is awful when he on that 6. So I don't think he's coward either, in all fairness, because he did like he subbed on Odegaard, who's attacking 10 or attacking 8 or whatever. And yeah, Gyökeres came on, and I think they still kept on Marino as well. So 2 strikers in a sense.
I just felt in that first half, it really felt like we were just boxing them in. And I don't know if it was like a tactic to just soak up pressure from Chelsea, be defensive, and then go from there. Because they weren't doing shit in that first half.
I think, yeah, it's just on midfield. Caicedo and, not Enzo, Reece James dominating that midfield, had them all on lock. And Esteban creating chances and his movement and his dribbling ability. Well, just outdone him.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think
turn up. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that was a tactical thing. The fact they didn't do anything. Like you look at the 3 creative outlets today. Was Eze, who that was one of the worst performances I've seen from him. Like he was terrible. Even after Caicedo went off as well, which is like that's the guy you thought was going to have to be on Eze. He was terrible. Martinelli was trash, but it's Martinelli. Like what do you expect? And Saka was trash. Like,
He was still their best player though, attacking wise, like creative wise.
oh yeah,
He
he's probably.
was-
I
and
don't
he had
know. I
deal
think,
with
I think
Cucurella,
Marino.
like,
I think
he
Marino
had
is
the best.
better.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
I think
I
Marino
just
is
felt
better.
like
Saka didn't
he
create
had
nothing. Like
been-
the only chance he had was that one in the first half that he shot straight at
Yeah,
Sanchez.
but didn't he also cross it to
And then
Marino as
outside
well?
of that, he had
He crossed-
nothing. Well, didn't actually no. I think he had that shot at the
He got the
This is
end.
the
assist to,
XG from
Marino.
today's game, by the way.
He got assist to Marino, Scott. There. He's the one who did
Okay,
that
fair.
cross.
Like fair
You
enough.
remember
He got
that
the
cross
assist.
where he's got the best up
bro, I missed the,
Cucurella?
That was his only. Yeah. He had a
But
moment.
that
and he
was
did
kind
it.
of like, we haven't spoken about it, but that's kind of like on Fofana as well, not marking him. Like there's only
Mhm.
Gusto.
I gotta find
I-
that goal, actually. I want to analyze it.
Yeah.
what was I say? I missed I missed the goal we conceded. To be fair. So, yeah, outside of that, he did nothing. Like he just was bad. Like so, I'm not surprised they didn't really do nothing in against us. Like outside of like they had the Martinelli pot shot, which was a good save from Sanchez. They had the Marino shot, which was a good save from Sanchez. They had the Saka shot, which was a good save from Sanchez, but was kind of straight at him. Outside that, they created nothing else, and then the goal they scored. That was it.
The XG was
No,
almost
they were
very,
trash.
like, I went to say, I think the XG was
The
very
XG 's
similar,
right
and I'm
there,
just
Chris.
looking at it right now, and we was 10 men, and they showed that first half, like before the red card, we was the dominating team and creating all the chances, especially Esteval. Esteval was creating a lot of chances for himself or other players around him.
This is
It's just-
Esteval's stats.
we did slow down when we got the red card, understandable.
Esteval led Chelsea on all stats in the first half. Expected goals, shots, chances created, successful take-ons, touches in the opponent's box. He had to come off at halftime. What do you guys feel about that?
He was
He's a
okay.
sacrifice lamb, man. He's a sacrifice lamb. When we red card, he's off.
I think it was great. He was just missing chances,
Yeah,
but
the
he was
chances.
creating chances.
Yeah, his decision making was kind of crap. Like he wasn't great, but he's also 18. So like, and this is the first game he's had that's been like this season that he's played. So like, I'm not really gonna get on him too tough. Like there are other players that we should focus on and deserve way more criticism than him. Coming out of that game. But yeah, it wasn't one of his better games. Like in terms of from a decision making standpoint, like I said, Marshall, I think dribbling wise, like he was going toe to toe with Calafiori, getting the better of him sometimes. It would have been interesting to see how he would have like gone toe to toe with Miles Lewis Skelly in that second half.
He would have ripped them apart.
But yeah,
I mean,
so
that would be a cool part.
I just felt like he was being too eager this game. Like he wanted it
Yeah.
eager.
He
That's-
felt like he wanted to prove he can.
So
score
I
again.
think what Palmer, I think maybe internally he is feeling like he's getting the weight of being the guy, right?
Mhm.
Because creativity wise, like he is the winger that creates the most in general whenever he's doing his thing, right? So I think he was putting it upon himself to do that again today. And like 1 out of every 8 games is fine, especially when you're 18. And I think Palmer coming back is gonna help relieve that pressure anyways with big games such as Newcastle and City and so forth. So I think that's gonna help him a lot.
Do you guys feel like part of it was also like potentially some exhaustion? Because this was the first game we've seen of him this season where he's doing back-to-back starts, and we see him play
so.
like he gives 110%. He does not, take the foot off the gas.
I can't imagine.
And
No, the Brazilian league
he was
plays
knackered
every, like,
after the Barca game.
No, the Brazilian league near the end of the season, especially with Copa Libertadores, like the players play like every 3 to 4 days. To be honest with you, around this time of the year, right? Because
Okay.
that's
I
usually,
also
like,
think that Marshall, we've done it. I think we've done a good job of managing his minutes, so like he shouldn't be exhausted. Like this is the first time I think he's played back-to-back games this season, so I don't think it's an exhaustion thing.
Was.
Like I literally just think he had a below his usual level performance, which
Oh, yeah.
for him is kind of average, but like that's all it is.
He
Like it's
wasn't
nothing to be
so
worried
awful,
about.
But yeah.
It's just that's what I say. That's why I was trying to figure out what right I would say. It wasn't awful. It was like an average performance, which is below what we've seen from him so far. But it's one of those like I said, he's 18. He's going to have these type of games. Cole Palmer's had these type of games. Cole Palmer had a half a season playing like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's not the end of the world.
So
Definitely.
let's actually break down the goal we conceded.
That That
So
was
this
quite
is the only
annoying
angle I
because
have right now.
What minute did they score? Like, was it like
58?
10 minutes later?
58th or something
It was
like that.
like 10 minutes later, right? That was quite annoying because we got the goal and then one cross, man. One cross.
And I gotta give it to Saka. Saka
Yeah,
actually
that's
got the
why,
best of
yeah.
Cuckoo on this one.
He switched sides afterwards, was kind of crazy, but maybe because
He
like
did.
Madueke can't play left, I guess. But
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we make the argument that maybe Chalobah shouldn't follow. No, I can't. I
no,
can't do
because
that.
like, say if he gets past
Just
him,
in
he gets
case, yeah,
like beat
exactly. He gets beat
I'm
him
not-
like you got Chalobah there. So Chalobah's doing what he has to do, but the cut is what takes both players out of it. And yeah, and it was a quick one too. Because if he had taken another half second, another touch or anything like that, you know, Cuckoo gets there. And okay, Malo Gusto, Wesley Fofana. I don't know. Maybe Wesley Fofana should be back more.
That's Fofana's fault. He falls asleep.
Yeah, he left Gusto alone.
It's the only bad thing he
that's
did all
all
game,
good.
but he falls asleep.
I agree.
Yeah.
There was literally, he was pretty much perfect, but that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
pairs, like, Saka actually, like, one of the few players that actually, like, do something against Kukurea.
Yeah, because Saka hasn't been good this season, to be honest. Like, Saka's... Here, I got it right here.
Has he not?
Bukayo Saka was his first assist since November 2024.
I swear,
in the
some
Premier
games,
League, in the
when
Premier
he doesn't
League, in
even
the
get
Premier
assists, he still plays well, but...
Wow, that's
wait,
terrible.
is exactly 365 days about what? First assist?
Without an assist in the Premier League.
Oh, and these fuckers talk about Cole Palmer about G in 2025 or whatever.
Listen, this is the less I speak, Chris.
Oh,
the
they talk
less I
about Eden
speak.
Hazard, no goal for 360 days in that bad period.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy, actually, yeah. No one really
Yeah.
speaks about it, but when it's called Palmer, man, everyone's speaking about like half a season. Oh, 2 goals
Same.
in 6 months or whatever. Oh,
Yeah. Saka's not been that impressive. Like, yeah, he's still a good player, obviously. You play him, but he's not been that impressive. One thing I also wanted to touch on, obviously, today's match, right? Our striker situation is looking a little... Ugh, I'm not gonna lie. It's looking a little
like
questionable.
last season a bit.
It feels like that. I mean, with Delap, I want to give it time. With João Pedro today, it's if you want to go who was the worst player on the pitch today, it's a toss up between João Pedro and Delap for me.
You think? Because I thought his link up was still fine. It's just actually then again,
Who?
I thought the last link up was okay, except for the first.
I think
part, yeah,
the one thing
where he
Delap
lost
did
somehow
better
control.
than João Pedro today was the hold up play. In terms of like making sure you win that ball from the air that Sanchez is, hold your defender back and get the ball down. But
I felt like they was both kind
the
of
pressing,
same, though.
it's like what you guys are saying. The pressing was annoying me because it's like Delap, he's right there. Just press him. Like, I know you're a striker and you want to just receive ball to feet and all that, but like, dog, press him because that's what's helping us.
I don't know whether that was the one thing I'll give the lap. Yeah, the one thing I would give the lap. I don't know whether that was him not doing it or is because of the game state. Obviously, we're down to 10 men and we had scored or we were up or whatnot, and it's later in the game, or it's tactical from the manager. Like, I don't know if that's something else because it came across as him being lazy, but I don't know if it is something else. But yeah, João Pedro, man, like actually both of these guys, they're pissing me off because like the link up play and all that is cool. That's nice. I don't care because no one gave a shit when Jackson was doing that last season and the season before, because the main issue we had with him is he wasn't finishing chances. So that's cool. We're going to forget all that other shit that no one gave a shit about. No one cared. No one wanted to give it consideration to that because he wasn't scoring and there was a petulance issue or there was a mentality issue. Cool. Number one, one of our strikers has already shown a mentality and a petulance issue and he's been here for like 3 months. So we'll put that in as an aside. Number two, because we didn't give a shit about all the other link-up play and nice little tippy-tappy shit, I don't care what João Pedro does in that instance. Delap can't do it, so I'm not even going to focus on him. I don't care about all that shit with João Pedro. I care about, can you finish in the box? And twice, João Pedro had the chance to go to have a shot on target, to maybe give us the lead, and he bottled it twice. Delap didn't even get a chance today. Again, I don't know whether that's because of game states. We're down to 10
Chris,
men.
the one play where
No, the
João
one
Pedro
where,
touches
like,
it instead of
yeah.
shooting it.
When he
But
like
again-
pressed the defender, I noticed that one. But
That was the one chance you're talking about, right, Scott?
Yeah, that's the
It
one
was,
chance.
but also, Marshall, I also am not surprised João Pedro doesn't do that because I've said this on Lewis's stream. I'll say it again here. We have got what we bought. You bought a 30 million pound striker.
He was 60.
No,
hold on.
about the Lapa.
You
Yeah,
bought
go ahead,
you bought a
finish
30 million pound striker who was in his second season in the Premier League. I think his fourth career season in football, right? Second in a top league.
Yeah.
Who got 12 goals last season. You bought him, and you bought a whatever he cost, 9.5, 10 with 5 non-penalty goals last season. Who doesn't like to shoot? You're getting what you paid for.
Bro,
You're getting exactly what you paid for. So there's what you paid for. So when João Pedro isn't shooting and he's trying to pass or take one extra touch, which is exactly what he did last season at Brighton, why are you surprised? When Delap is getting yellow cards and being a brute and isn't getting clear chances, so he's not doing much else, which is exactly what he did last season for Ipswich. Why are you surprised? Like, why are any of us surprised what these guys are giving us?
Chris.
What?
Wait, hold up. How do I show
No,
this?
like I remember that one chance.
on a
When
GIF
Scott said 2, I
format.
just don't remember the second one.
This is the
There was a
chance I
second
talking
one. I
about.
don't know if it was a chance that there was this one, and I'm sure there was another one that João Pedro had. I'm not saying
There's
Yeah,
another
way
one,
past it, yeah.
which I'm actually going to give João Pedro kudos for because it would have been a goal. It was the one where Reese crosses it far post, and it looked like it was going out, but João Pedro heads it, but Raya saves it.
it wasn't that one. I think there was another one
That
where
was
I
a
don't
good
think he has a chance to
chance.
shoot. I think he has the chance to. He has a chance to do
Pass it
something.
to
and doesn't.
Steval, right?
Maybe, but he has a chance to do something and doesn't. Like he just again holds on to the ball too long. But yeah, like you're getting what you paid for, and both of them, especially João Pedro, are starting to piss me off. Like
No, and I get it. And right now, our best striker looks like
it's a-
you,
Is it now 4 games? Like
the 5 million
Xiao's
euro
still top
striker.
2.
He looks like the best striker right now.
yeah, these guys.
No,
these guys
I
are-
would much rather Mark Gu on because he would have pressed the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to it. At the end of the day, the most important thing for me, if we were going to move on from Jackson, I needed someone who can score more goals. I don't think there's a chance in hell, by the way, that Delap hits 14 league goals between now and the end of the season. I'm just going to say it.
How many goals?
And I
in,
expected more, by the way. I was expecting 16 to 18. There's not a chance in hell he
with
hits
Delap?
that. Yes. I expected 16 to 18. If we were going to if we were going to get him, if we were going to replace Jackson with him, I needed better. So 14 league goals, not better. For me, a clear improvement is 16 to 18, because also that was what was going to be needed, I thought, to help get us to a title. He's not getting it. My only hope is João Pedro, and he might get double figures. He probably will get double figures. He might even get 14. That's not improvement. That's literally what we got from
Scott,
what's it called?
Didn't you
from
look at Delap as a bench option? I
thought he would start, but before João Pedro came in, and even after João Pedro came in, before the Club World Cup, I thought Delap was going to be the guaranteed starter this season.
I don't know because about Cole Palmer's injury, Palmer starts the way Esteval's playing. Esteval's going to be starting more games.
Yeah, and then I thought that it would be Delap. As I said, up until the Club World Cup where João Pedro was performing, I thought Delap was going to be the starter. The only time I thought he wasn't was after João Pedro started performing. But then I flipped again because I thought after the West Ham game, I thought we'd see both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I think it's a Cole Palmer thing. I'm not gonna lie.
That's the only excuse they have.
He does a lot better when
he comes back. If he comes back and they still perform like shit, then there's no hope for these two.
I'll be honest with you, Charlie Costa. Thank you for the £5 super chat. I'm tired of this copium narrative that CFC fans are celebrating a draw. Oh, that's what I misread that. Arsenal fans should be embarrassed. James showed Declan how to big up, bro. Yeah, I agree with this 100%. Yeah. Brilliant super chat.
It wasn't celebrating a draw. It was not even celebrating.
We're not celebrating a draw.
Lose that game with
First of all, Arsenal fans, I agree with this super chat. It is copium. You guys want to put it on Arsenal, or want to put this narrative on Chelsea fans, this onus on Chelsea fans, like, oh, look at how embarrassing they are. They're celebrating a draw, the levels to this and all this and that. completely ignoring the context. One, I don't see many Chelsea fans celebrating other than we should be proud of the performance we put up. We should have won. They're more disappointed that we didn't actually win it because we were there to win it. And it's different than usual disappointment because usually this type of result, 10 men down, you hear Chelsea fans disappointed that, oh, we played like shit, we deserve to lose. Like, that's what I'm used to. The fact that they're disappointed that we didn't win out of a draw, it's a different type of disappointment. So there's that. I don't see Chelsea fans on the timeline really celebrating. If anything, they're dunking on your head with Reece James stats to show that Reece James is just clear of timber.
He did
and
that
even
about
Declan
Rice
Rice
State
at this
run.
point.
Actually, it's no, it's not. You know who doing this narrative? I said this in Lewis's dream. Scott knows this. It's a certain league gunner. He put on his stream. Look at these Chelsea fans. No, he said, look at these Chelsea fans celebrating this draw. That's what he said on the stream. None of us are celebrating this draw. No one's excited.
Brother, we were down to 10 men. For 55 minutes, you couldn't beat us.
I'm not happy. I'm disappointed that we didn't win with 10 men.
That's literally that's the CP. That's what I said at the start. Like, I'm happy with the performance, but I'm pissed because we didn't win because we should have.
Yeah, the only thing I'm finding from this 10-man draw is optimism that I think we can challenge for the league with the way we played and how we dealt with the situation. That is all I'm thinking. That's the only bright side you can say that I'm coping with, quote unquote, is
welcome to the train, guys.
Because he's
welcome.
No, I'm still not. I'll be honest.
No. Because December. No, because Marshall, this was the same League Gunner on Lewis's stream for 7 hours, and other Arsenal fans, especially League Gunner though, saying they're gonna beat us by 3. He said it could be 5-2. We could have scored 2 goals. They're gonna win by 3 though.
It's crazy the turn that League Gunner is taking because he normally doesn't back his own club.
He put that narrative that they're going to completely destroy us. The one thing he was right about is he said Caicedo and Enzo were going to get a red. So he was right about Caicedo getting a red, fair play. But the score line and them outclassing us was complete bullshit. And then now he's turning on this narrative because he had this certain narrative and now he's been caught and he doesn't want to admit it. And now he's doing this narrative that we as Chelsea fans were celebrating a draw. No, we as fans were there for our team because we were 10 men down and we were proud of our boys. Nothing more and nothing less. We are not celebrating a draw. We are proud of how they handled the situation. And after that, I am expecting them, like I said, if we win against Bournemouth, Everton, and Newcastle, I want them to go for the league fully. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I remember. Talk to me.
I'll just say, what CP said there's a reason why I'm not saying we're going to win the league. Like, because I expect us now to beat these kind of teams or at least perform. Like Man City, I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about when we have to go and face, like, who else? When we have to face United at home. You know, away is a different story, but United at home should be fine. But when we have to face, who else? Liverpool again. When we have to face Arsenal again, I'm not worried. What I'm worried about is Bournemouth away. What I'm worried about is Newcastle away.
It's the smaller games, of course.
I'm worried about those because those are the teams that we'll slip up on, and those will be the reasons why that will be the reason why we don't win the league. If we,
what's crazy is that
win against, like, for example, if we get to the end of this run, which I believe is I think it's Newcastle away is the end of this run where we're playing basically.
That's what I'm saying. If we beat after this one, beat up till Newcastle.
Yeah, so it's up to Newcastle will be the end of this run in terms of where we're playing once every 3 or 4 days. If by that point we're within 4 to 6 points of Arsenal, then I'll say title challenge.
Exactly. Yep. That's what I'm saying.
By the way, can someone? I don't think he's
not confirmed. There was a rumor that we were going to pull it forward. It's not confirmed.
Hey, depending on how these strikers perform,
I
wouldn't mind this.
Do it.
I wouldn't mind this because he's actually scoring goals.
Yep.
And he's doing pretty good and stepping up in big games.
And he can link up play, and he's a big body. Do it.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a striker to consider for sure. But just real quick on the side tangent, it's just the little things that make me laugh sometimes. This is Palmer's reaction when Nani got booed to come on.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Also, Ray, on your comment, I'm not saying we're gonna win the league. I'm saying if we beat the teams we do until Newcastle, that we should go for the league. Not saying.
Yeah, I'll say we're.
That's the thing, though, Scott. Before you go, that's the thing, right? Like, I agree with what you're saying because I think the league isn't decided on the big games you win; it's decided on the small games you don't lose, right? And I think we can all agree on that. Every team in this league is bound to drop points to a team that is below them in the league table at some point. And so for me, I agree. We can't be losing. We have to be consistent in terms of the results against the smaller teams. But it doesn't just go for us. It goes for the rest of the league too. And that includes Arsenal. Arsenal have been okay as of recently. Now they're going to actually be tested a little more because now they're going to rely on their backup center backs. I don't know. Does anyone know how long Saliba's out for?
No.
I don't know. He said it wasn't serious, but I don't know how long he's. So he didn't
they
say.
bought decent
They're another team too that, like, don't get me wrong, like as far as the league has gone and how they started, they've been convincing. It's a matter of keeping that up for the rest of the season as well. And so I could see them dropping points at some point, and we just got to take advantage. But we could also drop points. It's a double-edged sword on that one. But anyone in this league can drop points. It's not like Big Up a Prime. It's not like there's a single team in this league right now that has been just getting the results that they need to. Everyone's dropped points at some point or another. Like I said, Arsenal dropped points to Sunderland. Arsenal nearly lost to Newcastle. You know, they lost to this Liverpool side. So Arsenal can't bleed. And us today, like, that's the thing too. Before Scott goes, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but that's the thing today too. Going into this game, I thought that a draw would be a good result for Arsenal and a win would be a good result for Arsenal. Obviously, they don't want to lose, but they don't have as much to lose if they were to lose this game. I didn't even consider that a draw to Chelsea with 10 men would actually be a bad result for them and a good result for us. So it goes to show the whole league gunner, the way he's acting up, like, it's copium. It is copium to me, considering, like, you couldn't beat us when we were down to 10 men, and we still look like the better side with 10 men.
What
that
about
just
Kobe
goes to show.
What's going on? Sorry to interrupt.
I mean, Scott, I'll let you answer, and then you can also throw that in there.
Yeah.
Just about the league on and stuff, and like the fact we're celebrating a draw, which like we're not. But yeah, like
you were gonna.
Like,
I don't think anyone's celebrating the draw. For me, I'm happy about. Okay, it's annoying that we didn't beat them. I don't like, but in terms of the other positives in the game, Arsenal are, the consensus is they're the best team in the world right now. They're impossible to break down and score against. And before the red card, we had their foot. Oh, the fucking YouTube side or phone side of it confused me. Sorry, the StreamYard thing is annoying. Before the red card, we had their foot down on their necks, and even when we went a man down, they really didn't do much to get in behind. And any chance they did get in behind, Sanchez was making save after save, or Chalobah making good clearances. They didn't really do much to threaten us, and a little moment in lapse in concentration, Saka gets the cross in, quality cross, they score a header. But again, still, I leave that game thinking, at least from a player perspective, from the Chelsea fan, from a player perspective, like, more or less everyone did their job. It's just a shame that we had to go down to 10 men, stupid from Caicedo, but there's a lot of good things and positive takes from this. Now, in saying that, we have to go then beat Leeds after that, because we all knew we could do this against Arsenal, but the bigger worry is beating the likes of Leeds, so then going to beat Bournemouth and Everton. In terms of maintaining,
I'm sure there was a good amount of doubters.
No, I mean in terms, like, I thought realistically this game would be a draw. I predicted 1-1. However, in terms of we knew we could beat Arsenal, is what I mean.
Yeah, we knew we could beat Arsenal. I just think
exactly.
There's a good amount of fans that prior to that Barcelona match, there's a good amount of fans that had their doubts, and rightfully so. They had their doubts.
But after the Barca game, there were still a lot of people confident that we can do it. And yes, still it ended in a draw. But considering how the game went,
Barca gave a lot of people a chest.
Now, for me, it's like maintain consistency against these lesser sides, because we know what we can do against the best teams. But can we go in, like, just get the job done and beat Leeds next? that to me is the big problem I have, and why I won't say we're actually in this title race, regardless of what it looks like mathematically. I just want some sort of consistency before I can really say, okay, I believe. But in terms of not having chest or not having chest, like Chelsea fans can be confident from this. Also, Arsenal fans on their side, they can also be confident as well, because they weren't good at all. They were average, or you could even say poor, and they still left with a result in the game. So from their point of view, they can be a little bit positive as well.
No, not really. It was 10 men. 55 minutes, you had the man advantage, and you looked like the worst team.
Yeah, but they also
play the fixture and you play the table at the same time.
Yeah, but they also didn't look like breaking us down.
Like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
they could be disappointed, all that stuff, blah blah blah, but they're still 6 points clear at the top of the league as they go into the next game week.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. They can still take like some positive in that they didn't, regardless of how bad it looked.
In the result, sure.
They didn't lose. Not in terms of the performance. I just mean the result of
when we were winning leagues, we weren't winning this exact same fixture in their situation. We didn't win against 10-man City in 2014 in August, even though we went 1-0 up. We didn't win. It didn't matter. We didn't win at Manchester United the next game week either. They had a stoppage time equalizer with Van Persie, and in the end, it didn't matter. Like, yeah, people were upset in the moment, but you play the fixture you're in, and you play to the table. That's how it works.
Exactly.
That's totally fine. Obviously, in terms of the result, it's good. They came out unscathed, but I do feel now, obviously, Arsenal fans are going to take it like this. It's going to take another result like this for them to maybe realize it. You're starting to see there's chinks in the armor. If anything, I feel like this display that Chelsea showed today should be something that maybe the rest of the league can go on and try to replicate in their types of performances against Arsenal. So, for example, Arsenal up against Brentford next. Why shouldn't Brentford maybe set up similarly to how Chelsea set up? Obviously,
they don't have the players to do it.
Exactly. Obviously, the players and the quality isn't there. But the fact that we were able to do it to 10 men, surely them with 11 men can maybe try to mimic something similar.
No, because as great as we were, Arsenal still ended with a draw. So if anybody else in this league does that, they're going to lose.
But Brentford could be better with set pieces, because like 2 of their set piece coaches were right.
But Arsenal are also great in set pieces as well. Like
it's not this simple. Like, you can't use the transitive property of football to then say, oh, this next team is just going to go and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
One, we're a much better quality team, player for player, than Brentford would be. 2, this is probably one of the biggest matches of the season. Everybody knows that. Arsenal going up against Brentford, it's not going to have the same intensity.
Sure.
Never mind the fact that Arsenal's at home and they were away today. But it doesn't. There's not a ton of things in this game that I think are repeatable for other teams. Like, they don't have a Reece James that they can just put in midfield to be the best midfielder on the pitch in a situation like today. They don't have a fullback like Cucurella or a center back pairing playing like ours did today. Like, you're relying on massive performances from people in key spots to get chances at the result you want. Like, there's just still a lot of things that teams would have to do in a situation like today, and I just don't think other teams are able to do it. Like, we made this happen and we made them look that way because our team is good, not necessarily because their team is bad. I just don't like Brentford. You look at their midfield; they have like Damsgaard, Henderson, guys like that. They're not going to be doing what Reece James did today. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
If they're going to win, it's got to be a different way.
Yeah, and is what it is. And also, like with Arsenal, the back end of the season, we'll see how well they, in terms of mentality wise, they hold up. Like, that's on like Arteta mentality, how they hold up in the back end of the season. But again, if we're just looking at just this game alone, yes, both sets of fans can take positives, but for different reasons. So,
I think the only positive Arsenal fans can come out of this with is just that the fact that they didn't come out with no points. They came out with 1 point.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I mean.
But in terms of the
Marshall,
result, I think as an Arsenal fan, very much like us as Chelsea fans, we'll look at some of these results, and although we got the win, we'll look at the results and be like, yeah, we got lucky, we got this win, we fucked up here, we fucked up there. Yeah, look at Spurs, for example. Spurs, we were really critical of the Spurs result because we should have won by more, we weren't playing that well. I think Arsenal fans got to look at this and realize, like, okay, there's chinks in the armor. There is chinks in the armor. When you look at the Bayern game, for example, second half, yeah, they look better. But that first half, Bayern looked. If Bayern were clinical, they probably get a result earlier in that game. Because Arsenal didn't really have much for them in that first half.
I just don't think people are going to look at it that way, and I don't think they should have to.
That's
like
fine.
you're still 6 points clear at the top of the league. Like,
exactly, and especially
that would be what I would look at.
If you believe how good your team is and you believe how good your manager is, in a game where fine, you were poor,
about this.
But how many times have
if
Arsenal
I'm an
before
Arsenal
this
fan and I can't break down a 10-man Chelsea after talking all that shit this season, I would look a little bit embarrassed at myself.
Yeah, but they underestimated Chelsea.
But like at the end of the day, like who cares?
Yeah.
We didn't beat City. We didn't beat United. We drew 0-0 away to Sunderland when we won the title under Jose. We lost at Newcastle. Drew 1-1 away to Southampton and then lost 5-3 at Spurs. We're level on New Year's Day and nobody panicked. Like if there's going to be bad results, you're going to drop points. It's the nature of a league season.
When did we lose 5-3 to Spurs?
January 1st, 2015. We lost 5-3.
Jose. Cool. No one ever mentions that. Crazy.
But yeah, like you're going to have bad
thing.
You're going to have bad results in a league season. Like that's pretty normal. That happens.
Fine.
It's just you have to like after that defeat to Tottenham, we didn't lose again until the 3-0 at West Brom when the league was already won.
Yeah. Now, if Arsenal don't beat Brentford, that's a bigger problem than the draw against Chelsea.
No, definitely. It's about like maintaining momentum because even so they have Brentford at home, then it's an early kickoff away to Villa, which I mean, I feel like that could be tough. We'll see. And then it's not like they have a bunch of super tough matches to end the year. But yeah, if they drop points again at some point this week, I think it would be a bigger problem than it is. But I just don't think you sit there at 6 points clear and panic. I don't think you should, at least. If you're panicking after today, then you don't really believe in your team.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of Arsenal fans like that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, that's fine, and they don't believe in their team, and that's okay. But like, if I were them, I wouldn't be panicking.
No, because they still got a great defense, midfield solid. They got Gyökeres and Eze and Saka.
Well, you say great defense, but to be fair, they don't really know. I think they're assuming what they can expect from Hincapié and Mosquera. I think they'll be solid enough.
They played without their first team center backs today. Like, in ideal circumstances, neither of those guys are playing.
This is true.
Like, I don't know. I just don't think it's worth stressing about if I was them.
Yeah,
it's a missed opportunity for sure. Like, you can sit there and say it was a missed opportunity to really eliminate Chelsea from any kind of race.
Sure.
Like, I think that's fair to say. But to say you should then sit there and be panicking because they didn't win, if they were not top of the league and they like missed a chance to go top, maybe. But judging on how everybody else in the league has looked relative to them, I just don't see what I would be panicking about if I was them.
I think. How about this? I'm gonna give you a different perspective on it then. I think if I was an Arsenal fan, I would panic at the fact that Chelsea were the better team in today's match, even with 10 men down.
I wouldn't panic with that. You could say it's a one because we just dominated Bayern Munich. We don't have our two starting center backs. Gyökeres, our starting striker, is coming back.
We did it without Cole Palmer, and we don't have Levi Colwill.
Okay, but again, because you could say they're two center backs.
We're only missing two of our.
You could say Gyökeres.
We're only missing two of our starters. Like, that's it.
I think the fan base will panic if they lose in the next 4 games. If they lose one more game, so if they lose against the Brentford or the Villa or whatever, then they're gonna get PTSD. Then they're gonna get that. I don't think the fan.
This is a big game for them, by the way.
But if they
HA
lose,
is bringing up a good point.
But if they lose a game in the next 4 games, that's when the fan base at least is gonna start losing.
Aston Villa could have something for them.
I know, but
I don't know if you guys noticed. Aston Villa just snuck into the top 4.
No, I know, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
sell
but
it. But we do this every year. We do this every year with
They
Villa.
started like
For
shit.
the past 2 years for Villa, Arsenal have beaten Villa.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're talking about the panic situation, it's only going to be if they lose another game in the next 4 games. If they lose one more, because then they're going to get the
Play the league you're
PTSD
in,
from
man.
being second place 3 years in a row. That's the only point, right? But
You
it's
play
not
the
like
league
full
you're
on
in.
panic. It's just going to be like, oh shit, like let's not slip up, because we're only 5 points ahead of City and 6 points ahead of Chelsea, right? So that's about it.
Yeah, you just play the league that you're in. That's all you can do.
Yep.
I don't know. It's not like I guess looking worse against Chelsea only matters if at the end of the season you're in a situation where it's you versus Chelsea and there's another match coming up. But like, do I think we're going to be within touching distance in March or whenever we play them next? I don't know, man. We'll see.
It's hard to say because of the inconsistencies.
I personally don't think we will be, but we'll see. Yeah, we play February 28th. Will we be within touching distance there? I hope so. It's not that far away, so we should be, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so as well, right? And in terms of, hold on, I'm multitasking here. In terms of the consistency issue, which is the biggest issue for Chelsea, the able to win against Liverpool, Tottenham, and so on and so forth, Barca, but then you lose against, your Brentford side or whatever. I think a lot of that's going to diminish quite a bit once Cole Palmer's now up and at him. Like, I think Cole Palmer's going to bring us a level of consistency, especially with the attack.
But we still lost to those teams with Cole Palmer in the team last season around this time of year.
You're right. I just think now Cole
until
Palmer's
they do it, I'm not
gonna
assume they're just gonna do it and take it for granted. They have to do it.
The thing is, I give Cole Palmer more of a shot of doing it when he's not surrounded by Nani, Jackson, and whoever was on the right.
7 of our next 10 games on this fixture list are away from home. Those away games are Leeds, Bournemouth, Atalanta, Cardiff in the Cup,
7 games away is
Newcastle,
crazy.
Manchester City, and Fulham. And if we get drawn away in the FA Cup, that'd be 8 out of 11. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of tough away trips in there, and it's time for the players to really earn their money. Like today was good, Tuesday was fun, the vibes were high. This time last week I said we don't have to win both, but you can't lose either one. So we didn't lose, and we did happen to win one. We just happened to win the one I really wanted to win. Today would have been cool if we won, but like obviously how it unfolded, whatever, it is what it is. You just have to keep going and keep building momentum. That's really all we can do, man.
Would you guys' opinion on the title race? Because I don't think this changes anyone's opinion on the title race, really. It does kind of maybe give people a little bit more confidence that by December maybe we still will be in that. But had this been a victory, would opinions on a title race for Chelsea have changed at all?
No, not for me. No.
Oh,
No, not for
today?
me.
No. After December for me. I'm waiting for December.
The same issue as the same issue as before.
Smaller teams.
Well, about title race. Yeah, I think by the run we have coming up.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if the win today would have changed your thoughts
No.
on the title race.
Because it doesn't answer the question that I have. No.
Because beating Arsenal 10-0 doesn't answer whether we can beat Leeds.
That'd be pretty nice.
We haven't had a good December in terms of points
Yeah.
and like results since 2017.
You know,
Yeah,
it's against
we last
small
won the
teams, though,
league.
Marshall. So.
Also, Marshall, like the fact I said this after Barcelona, and it still applies here. The hardest game we faced in the last 3 in terms of like performance-wise was Burnley.
Yeah.
And we just played we played the best team in Europe and Barcelona. And Burnley gave us a harder game. So like beating Arsenal is immaterial. Like in like the only thing about beating Arsenal was bragging rights pretty much, because beating Arsenal isn't going to determine shit at the end of the season. unless, like Pete said, we're within unless it's like a Man City, Man United situation where we're separated on goal difference or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, it literally doesn't matter. Like outside of bragging rights, we need to be beating Burnleys and we need to Leeds and Bournemouth.
Because
and
like
whatever.
realistically, say we had like a last gasp winner today and like vibes were off the charts, right? What is that going to be worth if we drop points in either of the next 2 games?
Worth fuck all.
It's not gonna. It's, like
I mean, shit.
that's why I'm not. It doesn't mean anything if you can get up for the big games. If you can't collect points in these smaller games to make these big games actually matter beyond bragging rights. Like to me, I would respect a win away to Newcastle in that early kickoff slot more than I would have respected a 4-1 win today.
Fact.
Like that's a ground we don't win at, team we don't really play well against. Very physical, like it's obviously going to be a very tough occasion. But yeah, we just have to have a good December for the first time in almost a generation. That's just the reality of it. If we have that good December, will I start to believe potentially? Maybe.
If we have a good December, I'll definitely come out with chest and say we're in a title race.
I looked at the fixtures up until we face Man City
in January. Yeah,
if we can, at least in the league wise, if we can remain unbeaten until we face City and then we beat Man City, let's talk about title race.
And I agree with that because I think if we remain unbeaten in that stretch of run, I think we're still talking second or third place.
Because Newcastle and St. James's Park as well.
Yeah,
like,
that's a tough one.
Fine, I know it's going to be tricky. Don't lose then. Yeah. If worst comes to worst, just don't lose then. And then
I also
we
think
remain unbeaten until City. Then cool. Let's talk.
On a side note, I think all this talk about title as well may be immaterial because if we do what I kind of expect in terms of in other cup competitions, like with how we're playing when it comes to like a one-off game and getting up for a one-off game, if we're in a position where like we're potentially in the final of both domestic cups and like progressing well in the Champions League, we don't have the squad depth in certain positions to be able to mount a title challenge. So
eventually,
like
to the center back, you're gonna have to pick and choose.
I was gonna say, and that comes down to 2 things. Number 1, either potentially picking or choosing, or number 2, and I've said this before, some of this is out of our hands in terms of fans and players. It comes down to what are the owners going to do in January. Because if we get to January and we do nothing, this talk of title challenge is pointless because I think we're better suited as a cup team. So I'd rather go and try and win the cups. Rather than try and go all out for the league and fuck yourself in every instance because you've tried to push yourself for a league you're not ready for.
Scott, what's the depth you're referring to when you're saying what's
centre back,
cost us?
striker?
Okay.
The main 2.
Yeah, I would say center back, striker.
Striker's
center
becoming
mid.
a problem right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I would say center back, striker, center mid, because we don't have bodies that are reliable beyond Reese, Gusto. One of them has to play right back, so one of those 2, Enzo and Caicedo, and maybe Santos.
Yeah, like Asugo's back now. We'll see how he stays.
Okay, fit. Sure, but like guys like Asugo, guys like Lavia, who are supposed to be contributing. The reason we're seeing Reese have to do these man of the match performances in these random positions like center back and center mid is because the people who get paid to play those positions are not available. Like we we don't have enough depth across the team to sustain the level required to consistently succeed in these moments. We just don't have it.
Say for example, we come out of the January window with like as an example, right? An Omega and a Ribeiro and Alexandro. Then all of a sudden I might feel more confident about us challenging for a title because I know even with, potentially going far in the domestic competitions, we've now got at least 3 competent centre-backs between who we've got. Then it's the fourth is a mixture of either can you just either play Josh Moore or can you keep Badiashile fit? Or can you somehow by some grace of God teach Tosin not to be a moron? It's kind of what you're waiting on.
He's going to have to play Josh, man.
Yeah, and then for the other one, for striker, it's a case of, okay, if Omega comes in and bangs, it's can you at least find some level of form between one of João Pedro and Delap for when they have to play in the cup? Which, like, you'd hope so, at the very least.
We need one of them to come good because we need goals from that spot. For the same reason, we need one of the left wingers to step up. It's great that Esteval and Neto are both stepping up, but that doesn't really answer the question of wing on the other side. Like, we need at least 3 of those 4 wingers to be playing decently well and contributing. Otherwise, this dream of going all the way in all these competitions and being successful is just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the fixture list now. If we win that tie against Cardiff on December 16th, we are going to have a 2-legged semifinal League Cup tie. They didn't get rid of that. It still exists. So we're going to have a first leg the week of Monday, January 12th, and then a second leg the week of Monday, February 2nd. So we're just going to have more games sprinkled in January and February time.
The lucky part about those fixtures is the fixtures around them, outside of Fulham away, are
not
winnable. We should win those. Like Wolves away, West Ham at home, Brentford at home. We should be winning them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
so some of the teams around us that we will be playing. Actually, I might have to. Will any of them have some sort of effect with players going to AFCON or no?
Now that I think about it, because I haven't actually thought about this.
Where's Semenyo from?
He didn't make it.
That's from Ghana.
Yeah, he's from Ghana, but Ghana didn't make it.
They didn't make it, so he's not going anywhere. I'm gonna say no.
The two most affected teams are
Sunderland and Man United. I know that, but outside of that,
we're not affected at all. We've got no players going.
United are cooked, bro.
City have Marmoush. Arsenal have no one.
City have 2. Arsenal have no one.
Liverpool Salah's an effect regardless. So,
is it 1 or 2?
Liverpool only have 1.
Is it just Salah? Yeah, okay.
Just Salah, yeah. They ain't gonna miss him.
Yeah, it's like Aston Villa. I don't know off the top of my head.
Newcastle.
I feel like they have Africans, but that could just be me being racist.
I was about to say. I'm glad you said it. I couldn't say that.
I mean, you could have
feel
said
like
it,
they
Scott.
do, but let's check.
You could have said it, Scott, but you know.
This guy's name is Jamaldine Jamon, and he's from England. All right, brother.
Wissa's going.
Okay.
Okay. Did you say Wiss is going? Are you sure Wiss is going? Can he play football? Can he touch grass?
Bro, the AFCON's in like 3 weeks.
I don't think Villa have anybody going.
If Congo,
all the African sounding guys are French by nationality.
If Congo want to stand a chance of winning, they will like. If Wissa has a chance of playing knockouts, they'll take it.
Yeah, they'll take him.
They'll take it.
That's insane.
Wait, who's going for Chelsea for AFCON?
No one. We have no one.
You just said no one, Chris. Why? Because we have. Because we have black players. They must be African. Is that it?
Chris, we don't have Jackson anymore, so nobody.
No, but
Chris,
like,
is it
Tosin? Wait, didn't Tosin?
Yeah, Tosin will not get picked.
He's not going. He's not going.
Not even going.
Yeah, he's the only one.
He's the only
one. Bro, even if Tosin goes, advantage Chelsea.
Tosin's not being called up. Actually, no. Actually, our best center back, Benjamin Fredericks, is injured. So there's a possibility, but he's not being called up yet. So.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's not being capped.
So much.
He's not being capped.
I think
hey, don't cry, Marshall. It's fine. Don't cry. We're not making it out of the group, so he'll be back in like a week.
Okay. Just on vacation then.
Yeah, like he might be the Tosin might be the only one, but like Peter said, it's advantage Chelsea if he goes. But yeah, like outside of that, like I think it's only really Sunderland and United that I can think of that are like properly affected.
But the teams we're gonna face, because the teams we're facing during December, January, there's none of them are really have African players, or at least to the big effect.
I'll look at the fixtures again, but I don't think so.
I'll say Newcastle have 1, as far as I can tell. He's not playing. Villa have none, based on what you guys said. Bournemouth have 1. He can't go, unless I'm forgetting anyone else.
City have guys that aren't good anyway, so who cares?
I'll say City have 2.
Fulham
one of which
will be down a Wobie, probably. If
they'll be down.
Wobie and Chukwueze, they're both going.
I was about to say Chukwueze as well. I think that's the only 2 off the top of my head.
They're going
Man
But,
City, yeah,
if,
we spoke
but I
about.
will say, if Nigeria get bounced in the round of 16, they'll probably be back.
Yeah,
Hey,
true.
you
Chukwueze
said-
Bassey as well.
Don't
Actually.
say
Sorry,
that,
what'd you
Fred.
say? What'd you say, Peter? Well, I'm
You
alive.
said
What did you say?
if.
I'm alive.
You said
What did you say?
if, because you know.
I said
not
if Nigeria
making
get
out the
bounced in the
group.
round of 16, they'll
Let's
probably
go.
be
Let's
back.
go, Peter.
We're not
Let's
making out
go,
the
man.
group.
Yeah, hope they
No, I'm
hold
not
that
saying they
prize.
will or they won't.
Hold that
I don't
prize.
care. I
No,
don't
we're
think
not.
it matters.
CP, you're saying hold that. I said it like 2 minutes ago. We're not making out of the group.
Hey, I don't care what you said. I'm just gonna say hold that.
So yeah. Oh, Bassi as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Bassey
So
as
yeah,
well.
the only game that we might genuinely have impacted is Fulham on January 7th.
Yeah.
Well, players coming back. Yeah. And depending
Well,
when they come back, that
Because
could be their first.
Iwobi, Bassi, and Chukwueze are actually playing minutes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that could be their first game back. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So
but
I
if they
doubt
make the
they'll- I doubt
quarterfinals, they
they'll
won't be back yet.
we're not getting quarterfinals. Is crazy. We're not getting there.
I mean, you can say, I'm just saying this is the only situation where I think a game would be
Right.
impacted. This isn't like a quality statement of whether Nigeria are good or not. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Because like even for Wissa with Congo, right? Whether he goes or not, Waltamata's starting. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like it doesn't really matter.
Can I ask you guys a question in regards to
No, you
reflecting
cannot.
on the season so far?
Sure.
I know that one of the biggest reasons we were saying we're definitely not in a title race was because of our defense. Has that narrative maybe been a little more lenient as of recently, or do we still feel we're not fully convinced by that defense?
What's the question?
That was a weird question, but like,
Yes.
Are you trying to coax title race talk out of us again?
no.
Marshall, I would say
Because I don't think you guys think we're in a title race still.
Yeah, Marshall.
No,
But it was more so like the
Marshall,
biggest
what-
caveat was the defense, right? But as of recently,
That's not the
That was one of the biggest
conversation
caveats,
we just
Pete.
had. That's not the conversation we just had.
No, he's talking about in the beginning of the season
versus now.
As
Yeah,
a fact, he was saying like one of the caveats was like our defense. We don't trust it. Kind of thing.
Because that was the biggest reason. Before the season even started, everyone was saying
I
we
guess
can't win
if
with
I had
this
to-
defense.
If I had to do this by position group, which one do I think is the sketchiest? I would say the defense, namely the center backs in terms of depth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody knows, like, Fofana started 2 matches in a row. When's the last time Badia Shields done that? Who knows? So, like, we're 1 injury away from Tulson being out there, and, like, great guy, but, like, no.
I was gonna say, Marshall, that's where I'm at. I'd say yes and no. Yes, in the big games, in terms of like the games where you know it's going to be Fofana as long as he's fit. Yes, that's fine. Like it will be the game again. It just comes down to Leeds. Fofana's not playing that game.
Okay. We stand corrected. Amine Adli is Moroccan, the guy for Bournemouth.
Oh, sorry. That's cool. I guess. Anyway,
I don't even know if he gets picked though.
he
Marshall,
played yesterday. He scored.
No. I don't know if he gets picked for Morocco.
Oh, I don't
Marshall,
know.
that goes back to our the consistency conversation.
Sure.
Because
our consistency hasn't been like players like in the midfield or attack. It's been mostly on the defense, just not making mistakes.
No, I disagree. I think
that's part of our consistency, though. No,
I think our consistency in the attack hasn't been good on a player-to-player perspective. I think what's been consistent is our goal scoring as a totality.
I think our strikers haven't been consistent, but our attackers have been pretty good.
No, they haven't, bro. Like all of our attackers outside of Esteval have been hella inconsistent. It's just when one goes like
Scott,
for
we're
an
the
example,
second best attacking team in the
no,
league.
Marshall again. They are inconsistent as players. I'm talking about when one player has a shit game, another player has a good game. That is the difference. So when, for an example, like when a Neto doesn't turn up one game, Esteval or Garnacho will turn up the other in that game. Wolves, for example. But when a Garnacho shits the bed or Gittins is playing like shit, Neto will perform well. That's what I'm saying. As a totality in terms of the goals they can score in our attack is consistent, but on a player-to-player perspective, they are not consistent. We don't have a single attacker outside of Esteval who is performing consistently game on game on game.
I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of nuance to what you're saying, because, for example, in today's game, I'm not gonna go ahead and say Neto had a shit game.
But that just proves the point Scott is making.
No, but like I feel like in games like today, I'm not gonna say Neto had a shit game because in that first half, for example, like he didn't do anything. But that first half, we also were heavily leaning on Esteval on that right hand side and trying to expose that right hand side. So I feel like sometimes the performances that we're talking about one being shit and the other one being good, I think sometimes it's down to just the tactics and how we approach the attack. Sometimes we lean more on the right than the left because it works better with the connectivity
Also, Marshall,
and the other
to
players
back
involved.
up my point again,
Mm-hmm.
you say we're the top goal scorers or the second top goal scorers. Yes, we are. We scored today from a centre back. Our top goal scorer this season is our number 8.
Is it really?
Like,
Yeah, but like you look at our
Yes.
attack overall, like Neto's been scoring, Gittins has a good amount of
Even
assists
Caicedo's
in
been
there.
scoring.
Esteval has been scoring. Palmer's not back yet, but
any of
Palmer is
those,
going to
Marshall,
score.
are any of those
7
players
GNA from
just
João
playing
Pedro, despite
consistent?
the performances as well in 12 games.
Marshall, are
Our
any of
leading
those
goal
players
scorers have
just
4
playing
goals.
consistent?
Mm-hmm.
3 of our top 5 leading goal scorers don't play across the front positions.
The other thing too is that Maresca came out and said he likes his team to be more spread out in terms of the goals. So, I mean, we're kind of doing that. I get what you're saying, Scott. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like denying it completely, but I do
We're on
feel like
pace to
from
have
an
a
extent,
top
it's
goal
like
scorer of 13 goals.
I feel like from an
Also-
extent too, it's like I almost rather what we're doing now than be heavily reliant on Cole Palmer like in like that Pochettino
That's
season.
no, Marshall. That's fine. That wasn't the argument.
I'm
though,
probably
that was
taking
made.
it to
The
the
argument
extreme,
was
but
that
yeah, you get what I'm saying.
the argument that was made was like our attack as like our attacking players, I should say, are not consistent. And I think that's the biggest issue for me now is even though going back to the conversation we had about the centre backs, even though that has improved, especially in the big games when Fafana's playing and now Chalobah's stepped up, we've had the inverse effect happen with the attacking guys in terms of there isn't a single striker currently I would be happy starting on a game-to-game basis because they, outside of Mark Hugh, who's 18, 19, they both kind of suck.
Yeah, but also look at how shit this league is. Okay, Isak scored his first.
Oh no, I
goal.
agree.
Walt
I'm not saying that the
Tomato,
league isn't shit.
besides Holland, Walt Tomato is the only one as a striker who's been performing well.
Whoa, respect to Igor Jesus, man. Don't do that.
Oh yeah,
But I'm breaking the list. You could say
you mean no, you don't mean Igor Jesus, you mean Igor Thiago.
Yes. Those
Oh,
are the
you're
three.
right. You're right. My bad. Wrong one.
Yeah.
Wrong Brazilian.
Yeah, wrong Brazilian. That's right.
Holding one.
Yeah, so you only have 3 good strikers actually in the league, right? Like João Pedro somehow has 4 goals and is tied with the 60 goal scorer in Jokeres and shit like that, and has more goals than Isak and Ekatike. So, and if you look at other attacking players, like it's the quality of the players in the league as well, right? Like we're in the league that we're in. It's not good. There's not a lot of great wingers. The wingers in the Premier League.
Danny Welbeck's got 7, my boy.
Yeah, he's third, I think. Is he still third actually?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's what I'm saying. So like you could say our attacks are not good. I agree with you, but the league's attacks are not good. They're
Hey,
shit.
man. Would you guys believe you if I told you Richarlison scored more goals than all of our players?
Yes, I would.
Wait, this season?
Because I looked that up the other day, and I would believe you.
Also, do we not? Okay. Do we not factor in
That hurt my ego,
not
I'm
having?
not gonna lie.
Do we not factor in not having Palmer?
No, we
That's
can.
a-
No, like
He is our best goal scorer.
the general
the
general topic was debating consistency of the front players.
Sure.
Like, you can
Also,
factor
the reason that I personally wouldn't is because of the comment Marshall said earlier of like we're no longer Palmer FC. If we're no longer Palmer FC, then
No,
like,
that's not. But that's not equating to the same thing.
Yeah,
we're not
that's
Palmer FC, but if you're still missing your
best player,
your main goal
Yeah,
scorer,
like
your
I'm not
main
gonna call
leader, your
Man
main
City
attacker.
Holland FC.
actually you are this season.
I
Yes.
would.
no, you are.
Yes,
You are.
Yes, you are.
They
That
are
was the
better
worst
like
example you
Holland
could have given
FC.
me. Good job, Marshall.
Whatever.
I think that's okay to call you that.
you,
Actually,
You found the one team who's second top goal scorer.
But no, but like without Haaland, I'm
Marshall,
sure.
Marshall,
No,
Marshall,
you guys
Marshall,
are right. Actually, never mind.
Marshall,
Never mind. I'm not gonna. You know what? I was
Marshall,
wrong.
wait, guys,
I'll hold on, I'll hold on.
Marshall, I'll be real. Don't. I know you tried, but don't help.
Don't dig your
I
heels
just
in.
want to give
I'm
Marshall
wrong.
credit.
Yeah, you can die on the hill if you want, brother.
He was trying to make a point and somehow found the one team to make his point be absolutely fucking
All right,
worse.
guys.
They won their first game. Marshall, they won like their first game without
about
Haaland
Palmer.
scoring today.
Yeah, and the funny thing is,
Against Leeds.
By the way,
Might
scored
lose
the
it.
2 goals. The top goal scorer was 1 goal. after Haaland.
Marshall's.
1 goal.
Forget what Marshall said. It's not related to my opinion.
No.
By the way, on a side note, I'm looking at looking at the top goal scorer list just cracks me up. Like the amount of players on 4, like this league, like CP's right. This league is cooked, bro. I'm seeing guys like Lucas Mecha and Callum Wilson is on the same amount of goals as Pedro Neto and João Pedro and Cody Gakpo and Eze and Mohamed Salah.
Hey, go to Kakpo, man. He's been cooking for the pool this season.
Junior Krupi, I don't even know who that is. 4 goals.
He's the backup Bournemouth striker. He started like 2 games all season.
Hey man, it is what it is. Jaden Anthony has 4 goals at Burnley.
Yeah, Zion Fleming has 4 goals. You know,
that guy is actually terrible. I don't care how many goals he scores. In my heart, I know he's
what
bad.
Fleming?
How many goals has Yoko scored in the Premier League?
That guy's actually bad.
Yoko's got 6, I think, in the league.
No joke. I played against people like in college and in my men's league that are better than him, and I know it. That chance he missed against us was disgusting.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
I can give you,
bro. No pressure on his strong foot. Why did that end up in Rosette? Why does that? How did that happen?
I understand on one thing. Like
I get Esteval doing that today because it's on his weak foot. Yeah. I can kind of understand it, but what Fleming did was actually disgraceful. Like he should
also Esteval's running onto that at full speed, but like he put his foot through
he
that.
tested it down. He was eyes to eyes with Sanchez, just hit it like 40 yards over. What was that? That was actually terrible.
Marshall, besides the attack, the one thing I can give you consistency on big and small games, because I know Scott said big games like Fofana. I'm gonna say it. The guy who got his song chanted that fucking, where he was shit and now he's mid and now we're happy about it.
Funny chant.
Not bad.
Sanchez has been doing his after the Man United bullshit.
Wait, hold on.
Silent if you've got a big head.
Like there were still some dodgy passes.
Hold on,
but
CP.
I'm not.
Hold on 1 second, CP. Marshall, what the fuck was that? What's on Jorgensen's mouth?
The tape.
Not bad.
Up breathing tape.
No,
So
because each player had a different sense that they couldn't use, right? So one
I was about to say that.
Yeah, it's that 3
That's hear no evil. That's hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
No. I know what the challenge they're doing. I said, what's on his mouth?
It's called
that's like tape or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you see, you don't get Cole Palmer.
You know what that looks like? Did anyone watch the Superman movie? You know, Mr. Terrific.
No.
That team he
I haven't
has.
seen the Superman movie.
That looks like the fucking mask thing he has on his face. It's weird, bro.
I mean, CP.
Sorry,
speak on that topic then. To be honest,
I'm not singing that song, by the way, until Man City.
it's okay.
If he doesn't fuck up
wait till
Man City, then I might sing that song.
Wait, what song?
Yeah, no, go. You can go do one.
It's kind of funny.
I don't know. So I asked you.
I'd say Prime probably doesn't.
Google it, Prime. That's all I'm gonna say. Google it.
Yeah,
Something in line with
CP.
like.
I don't know who
shite, now he's alright.
I was talking about Sanchez.
CP, I don't even know who you're referring to.
Oh, Sanchez. So there's this. I'm not gonna say the exact lyrics, but the summary is that you used to be shy, but like now you're all right, and like.
Oh, that. Hey. Our 3 best players today. Like, I'll say it. Reece James, man of the match by far. And second and third, in my opinion, is Chalobah and Sanchez.
I would say Gusto too, defensively, not attacking, but defensively was good.
I think Enzo's up there as well, to be honest.
But yeah, no, Sanchez. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like the way Prime said that kind of came off like this. I'm not gonna.
Well done. Wow, amazing, brilliant. Well done, super good job.
No, I'm being honest. Hold on. No, I'm being. What do you mean? I'm being honest. I said against. I said against, see, Marshall, we're not all like you that have agendas, okay? I'm being honest because I said against
I don't have an
Barca.
agenda.
I said against Barca that Chalaba was our best centre back, and he was our best centre back today again. He was the best centre back on the pitch.
Yeah.
It's not even a.
I honestly, you could debate between Fofana and him. I think Fofana was pretty good.
Fofana was very good today. Chalaba was so better than him.
True.
Yeah,
This is me, bro. The fact that I can say that and knowing how you guys know how I feel about those two.
Well, I'm still waiting for you to, give Robert Sanchez a little bit more credit than you have been.
I said he was our third best player today. He was brilliant. He made big saves in the second half, particularly. He was very good today. It was brilliant.
Yeah, you wouldn't have said anything unless CP said something, though. I'm just saying,
Not true. Not true. I was just on the stream previous to this where I spoke on Chalaba and Sanchez. I said they were our third and second best player. You keep doing that sound effect, Marshall, but unlike you, I'm actually fair. Because I'm harsh in my critique of players. I'm also fair.
I'm sorry. You said unlike me, you're fair, but it was the beginning of the season where I was trying to tell you like Rob Sanchez isn't as bad as you think he is. And you did a whole hour segment on this.
But you were also because you were also trying to tell me that he didn't make a mistake for the Eze free kick against Palace.
And he didn't.
But he did. But okay. Anyways, regardless.
Okay, can we start counting all of Donnaruma's mistakes then? The guy is supposedly better than him? Because if you want to count that Eze chance as a mistake for Rob Sanchez, I have a handful of them for Donnarumma I can give you this season alone.
Of course you do, because you like agendas. You don't focus on your team.
No, because I like to be consistent, and I want to hear it from you as well. But you don't give me consistency.
I do, because I said that against Barca after the Barca game, and I also said after the Barca game. You can say sure, I did say it, but again, unlike Marshall, I'm actually fair. And I also said after the Barca game.
Yeah, we'll see how many people believe that.
I don't care about what other people think, unlike you. But regardless, I also said after the Barca game, with how well those two in particular, and also our defense as a whole, has been performing, that regardless of my opinions on those two players, they're performing well. I've got to take my foot off their neck a bit and just let them play and see how it pans out. I said this also when back in 21 with Tuchel after the Atletico Madrid first leg. I said just let the defense play and see what happens. So now I've got to be fair. I can't keep saying that fans should stop hyping on jumping on Maresca after every little mistake. I've got to be fair with them. So if those two if something happens against Leeds and they make a little mistake, I'll be critical, sure, but I'm not going to put my foot on their neck. I'll just let them play for it. I'm gonna let them play
Leeds, brother.
No, Sanchez will.
Oh, well, Sanchez, we can get mad at him all we want, but at the end of the day, nobody thinks Jorgensen is better.
Yeah, that's why I said he's gonna play. That's what I'm saying.
You just have to roll with it, man.
I'm not gonna lie. When Sanchez stayed down after that Gyökeres freaking tackle, I was kind of worried he was injured. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, he's fine. Man.
No, I didn't think he was that. There was anything. I didn't think he was hurt. I didn't think he was hurt. When I first saw the challenge, I thought it was a red, but I didn't think Sanchez was hurt. But regardless, hey, they're playing well. I like the fact that we're playing well. We're keeping clean sheets and we're winning. So just let it continue.
All that was I need to waste time because it is 1-1 and we are almost out of gas.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, in terms of Sanchez's performance today, I gotta give him big credits in terms of he didn't have much to do in terms of saving, but cross-claiming and making sure Arsenal never got anything out of their set pieces. Dude, the dude was pivotal. The dude was fantastic. Maybe there was one chance where I'm like, Sanchez, you couldn't grab that. Why'd you have to punch it? But it didn't, it didn't
but it made sense. He had to, bro. Their corner routine, and to be fair, maybe it helps not having Gabriel. But these Arsenal fans told us that he can't pay.
This guy, bro.
What?
I told you this. 2 weeks ago. We had an hour and a half debate about Declan Rice being world class. I'm like, you were giving him so much credit for the corners. I was like, yeah, sure, you can give him credit for the corner taking, but Gabriel's a big part of that.
No.
Now look what happened with their set pieces. No Gabriel, no party.
You were discrediting him in total.
Not discrediting him in total. I was just telling you, crosses aren't that big a deal. How many assists you get from a corner doesn't matter to me than open play assists.
Well, regardless, Marshall, we don't care about your other agendas. That's fine. Regardless,
agendas.
whether that's cool, Marshall. Agenda FC.
Yeah,
regardless
talk to Rob Sanchez
of Gabriel, regardless of Gabriel not being there or not, Arsenal fans told us their backup center back start for us, so it doesn't matter. But what we had to face, Sanchez dealt with everything, whether it's by claiming or punching. He dealt with everything. Their set piece routines didn't work against us. Their throwing routine, if there even is one for them, just didn't work on us. So yeah, massive credit. That's why.
I also wanted to give shout out to the coaching staff in general too, because
the
set piece staff, because they're the ones who recognize our weaknesses that we have conceded. The whole putting 3 people at the halfway line to draw.
That's true.
From the box, so it makes
what's funny?
To claim.
In under 10s football, we do the same shit.
No, Peter, you're right. Because me and Flawless were talking about Arsenal set piece things in the beginning of this year, and he's like, "Dude, just put 3 people in the halfway line." And then I talked to Flawless literally 2 weeks ago. I'm like, "Dude, they're doing the exact thing. Chelsea's doing the exact thing we talked about."
So, you guys, everybody knows why teams do that, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Anybody watching, that makes perfect sense what Chelsea did in the second half today, right?
In terms of what? Just how they set up?
Yeah, in terms of leaving people up for the corner. They went man on everybody, with the exception of Madueke. They had a 1 person playing a zone, at the front of the 6. Went man on everybody. You just didn't mark Madueke on purpose. Because for whatever reason, what they must have seen on film was the ball's not coming to this dude. Just don't even fucking worry about it.
He can't.
What Arsenal were doing was leaving the space for guys to run into.
Yeah.
But it's much easier as a goalkeeper to claim the ball when you don't have obstacles.
You have space.
Yeah. So Sanchez had a free run at the ball, and immediately it's hey, now we're gonna find one of our outlets. Now they all have to run back, and it's creating a counterattack without actually doing much. If Arsenal were smart, once they saw that, they should have had some sort of shorter routine to build into the box and then take advantage of all that space in terms of dribbling into it. I'm sure they'll have something for next time. But yeah, that's that's one of the first things I teach when I would coach under 10s and under 8s. It's hey, on corners, your front 3, just make sure you're in your own half. And if you guys win the ball, hoof it towards the sideline at the halfway line and just everybody run.
Mm-hmm.
It's the easiest thing.
It's a simple fix because you still leave that threat, and you can't. Then Arsenal can't commit all the bodies they want to commit, and not just Arsenal. Any team.
They have to respect it because you can't be offside.
Exactly.
Exactly.
One little mistake. Exactly. And I think it's even smart from that perspective too, of giving Sanchez space to claim the ball.
Yeah, he's your top guy. Your goalkeeper is going to be your most effective
can
weapon.
Use his hands,
defending corners, anyways. I'd rather give that person space to make a decision than put 6 bodies on top of them and just pray that they don't bundle the ball in.
And honestly, that solution of how to approach those set pieces, how to approach those corners,
I don't know why more teams haven't been doing this.
I feel that too, and it's more practical than just avoiding the corners in general. Because I feel last season we did a good job of especially in that second leg, we did a really good job of limiting the amount of corners we were allowing Arsenal, which is great. In an ideal world, you give them 0 corners, but honestly, let's be real, we're not in that. They've improved better as a team than they did last season. They're going to get chances. So what happens if plan A of not giving them corners doesn't go according to plan? You have to have a contingency plan of how to approach the corners when they do happen. And I think it's smart, and it gives me more confidence too. Obviously, I don't want to concede corners to Arsenal because I still think it's dangerous. But
we should do that for every single corner, for every single team.
Yeah.
Until we're going to get better aerial players in terms of center backs and center mids.
Yeah.
Because one thing we don't do well, and you guys have all seen this, is we do not defend our box well in terms of set pieces and crosses.
No.
They scored in a similar situation today.
I think last season our best aerial duel winner was Levi Colwell.
Our two best, I believe, are Caicedo and Colo. Neither of them were available in that second half today for different
Very
reasons.
true.
But it's the reality. It just doesn't. We are not a team that can park the bus in the traditional sense.
Yeah,
we don't have the
100%.
bodies to do it. We tried to do it against Brighton. We tried to do it against Man United, and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Tosin has that quality in terms of aerial clearances, but you don't actually want that guy playing the rest of the match. So it's not worth it having him out there.
Crazy that a man that's probably the tallest guy in our team is so shitty at aerial battles.
It's not even that. It's the regular. It's the rest of the game. Like you saw him give that penalty away against Ajax for no reason other than being really clumsy. Like you can't have that guy and his slow feet running around the box with guys like Saka. You'll get yourself in trouble.
100%.
But no, I don't mind the way we approached the set pieces today. I don't mind the way we approached the second half. I think any fan who's legitimately upset at that just doesn't live in reality and just is determined to be miserable. I don't have issues.
Let me ask you guys something so that we can, I guess, work our way out of closing this out. Do you guys think, based on how we performed today, do you guys feel that we probably have something for them on the return leg?
Sure, but like, I don't know. That's so far away. I'd have to really think about it. But like, can we go there and win? Yeah, why not? There's no reason to say we definitely can't.
Scott, you got more confidence?
Yeah, it's also one of those things of I don't know when the return leg is.
February 28th.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah, plus
Not
we
too
don't know
far
how
away.
two teams are going to look different at that point of view.
Assuming they're mostly the same. Because I think both us and Arsenal are going to have quiet transfer windows in January.
Potentially, but even then, if they have both Saliba and Gabriel back, I think it will look a lot different defensively than it did today.
Okay.
I also think I think it will look different in terms of if Gyökeres is starting and playing the whole match, which I think if he's fit, that does happen. Then I think it's just going to be a case of injuries as well, because there are guys out who typically do score or perform against us. I'm thinking Trossard, for example, as well. But we also had guys out. I wonder how Palmer makes a difference. I wonder what happens if we actually have 11 men the whole game.
I'll feel bolder if we stay out of the playoff round in Champions League. The second leg of that playoff would be 3 days before Arsenal.
That's true. If we're in a playoff, though, right?
Yeah, that's why you're
referring to
stay in the top 8 at all costs.
Yeah.
To me,
if we're in the top 8, that's less games going into that
the
one.
The biggest games this month are the next 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Winning against Barca is fine, but if you throw points away against Atalanta, it doesn't mean that much. We're right back in the same situation.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you on that one.
You need to finish top 8 to stay out of that dreaded playoff. I do not want to go anywhere near that.
No, we don't need extra games. Less games, better. Because that was the exciting thing about today's match is that, we had Caicedo on decent rest, I should say. I know he played against Barca, but the game before that he didn't play. So it was one of those okay, cool. And then he gets sent off. Well,
and now he gets another 8 days off, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, another 3 games. That means he's playing against Atalanta 100%, by the way, which will be good for
playing against Atalanta, and he's playing away to Cardiff.
Let me look at the fixture list, actually, real quick.
I don't think he plays away to Cardiff because then we've got Newcastle straight after that.
Yeah, but it's Tuesday and then it's Saturday, brother. He's playing.
I also don't feel like you need him against Cardiff.
Scott, after Newcastle, we have a whole week off.
True. I just don't feel like you need to play him against Cardiff, to be honest. We should win that game anyway.
Bro, Santos at that point will be running on fumes. He's playing.
Yeah, true.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
He got himself sent off.
Santos going to play all these games.
He earned himself a start against Cardiff with that red card today. 100%.
It's like a punishment.
Lavia's going to be nowhere near fit by then.
Oh, yeah. We don't even know where Lavia's at. Sugo could play a part in this too, but we don't know. Yeah. That's assuming the best of Asugo. Listen, as much as I want to be the Asugo fanboy in this group, I don't even know what to expect from Asugo coming back. I don't know. We've barely seen him play for this team, so there could be a little bit of overhype for Asugo. I've seen people get excited about Asugo coming back. I'm like, why? He hasn't played that much.
I mean,
Don't get me wrong,
back
he's
in training,
a
right?
decent player. He's back in training, yeah.
All right. I mean, I feel like 2 weeks might come a little bit early for him, but if he's fit to come off the bench or whatever, sure, fuck it.
Yeah, next game will be a big tell, which is going to be on Wednesday, guys. So, yeah, Leeds on December 3rd on Wednesday. So, we'll see. We're going to have Palmer back, which is going to be great. And we're going to have...
on Wednesday?
What's up?
You think he starts on Wednesday?
Who?
Palmer.
I think he should.
Probably
do.
comes off the bench.
I think he starts. I think he was going to play today until he went down to 10 players.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think he should play. I think he should play at least 45 minutes because 2 reasons. Number one is like you need to get him out there at least some minutes.
You need some match fitness in him.
And also, I can't watch João Pedro and Delap play with the way they're playing at the moment. Like João Pedro needs to be dropped. I'm sorry, like Delap I can watch play because at least with him it's like okay, you haven't had a lot of game time. You'll come back from injury, etc., whatever. So João Pedro is just actively pissing me off at this point. Like he needs to be dropped.
Really, I'm feeling the other way about Delap. He's a fucking battering ram, doesn't do jack shit, just bumps into people.
Oh no, I agree. But my thing with Delap is like I don't rate Delap. Like I haven't rated him in terms of the way he's played at all. But my thing is like at least with him, it's like he needs some reps to get back into some sort of rhythm. We have seen João Pedro play consistently since the start of the season, and he's just playing like shit. And it doesn't matter whether he plays the 9 or the 10.
I think
Real
Delap's
quick,
starting on Wednesday.
real quick. I just realized because I looked at the other chat. Big up Footy Judge Mo for the raid. I appreciate it. And all of you guys coming here from the Footy Judge Mo raid, be sure to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and subscribe especially if you're a Chelsea fan because we're going to have plenty of content here and plenty of panels to discuss. I'm sorry, Pete, you were saying something.
I think Delap plays on Wednesday because he subbed on today and João Pedro got hooked. So my guess is Palmer plays as a 10, Enzo and Santos. You have Delap in front of Cole Palmer. And then on the wings, it's going to be Gittins and probably Neto.
I agree. I actually think that's the exact. The only thing I think could be different just because he didn't play.
And I think Reece doesn't play on Wednesday.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree that. I think the only other thing I would say, the only other position I could see being different is left wing, just because Garnacho only got the 45 minutes or whatever it was that he got today.
I just don't know about. Okay, sure. Then Garnacho and Neto. I
yeah,
don't know.
like that's the only other position. But outside of that,
Garnacho and Gittins in a league match? Nah.
No, that's not happening.
I don't think that's happening. But
No.
The only way that could work, he won't do it because, like, the only way that works is if you put Garnacho on the right, and he's shown both times when they've played together, he's put Gittins on the right over Garnacho, which doesn't work. Gittins is not a right winger.
Oh, I would also arrest Cucurella on Wednesday.
I agree with that.
Yeah, give Hato some minutes, to be fair.
No,
what's your back line? What's your back line?
Hato's going to have to... So it'd be Hato left back, Badiashile left-sided center back. I would play Chalobah.
Over Josh.
Actually, that's true. I completely forgot about Josh. Yeah, I would just... I guess I would make... How many changes am I making in my brain? Hato, Badiashile, Josh... Garnacho, Palmer, Delap, Santos. That's like 8, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing something like that. I'm not rotating Sanchez. The only game Jorgensen's playing this month is Cardiff. I'm not rotating Sanchez. Sorry.
Yeah. I have a feeling Tosin's going to play.
I don't.
And on to the point you guys were saying before, too, like, part of me also feels that he might even try Neto and Striker before he brings on Gu.
Tosin and Josh have played together once, I think, and it was against Wolves, and like Tosin was the worst player on the pitch.
Actually, if you have Badiashile there, then maybe Tosin doesn't even get a shout. Because I think he even plays Tosin for the past.
My thing.
But Maresca has to pick Josh over Tosin at some point.
Yeah, like my thing is like Tosin should be bottom of the totem pole. He hasn't had a good game. Well, he's had one good game this season, I think, and I don't remember what game that was.
I don't remember either.
And I might even be wrong.
Maybe.
Was it Fulham?
No, Fulham. He was shit. He was like in that game as well. Remember, I know it didn't count, but he got spun for that goal that we conceded.
I'm just asking, brother. I'm not saying he did or didn't. I'm just maybe that's
like Burnley. He was
I just remember in
crap.
September he sucked.
You got to rotate, Gets. That's why. We got a game on Wednesday.
Fofana
And Chalobah's played back-to-back. Actually, Chalobah and Fofana have played back-to-back games. They were both for Barca, now they played both for this game.
What's his face?
So Fofana's definitely not playing.
They played Tuesday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So, like, Chalobah's the only one you could maybe legislate if you don't want to do too much rotation. And, like, say you play him, and then maybe, you could do, like, Badia Shill against Bournemouth. I wouldn't hate that. But also for the sake of consistency in the league, playing Fofana and Chalobah is probably better. So you then have to rotate both of them out. Which I don't mind. We're playing league, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I think you just rotate on Wednesday, man. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
You can have some rotation in the attacking positions against Atalanta, but just rotate on Wednesday, rotate heavily against Cardiff. Newcastle and Villa are a week apart, and then you just deal with the next ones as they happen, really. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I would say 8 or 9 changes even on Wednesday. I'd be okay with that. I know fans will get mad, but these guys are going to have to play eventually.
Yeah, they have to. And one more thing I forgot to ask overall on the panel. Good result for Chelsea today, the draw?
Yeah, of course.
Damn, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scott hating. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
But before the game with 10 men, but in terms of... I was saying, in terms of, like, the performance, no. But in terms of, like, playing with 10 men and playing against the best team in the league, yeah.
Wait,
and,
you
like,
weren't happy with today's performance?
No, I think based on today's performance, I don't think it's
okay.
Like, because we should have won that. And I wanted us to win. So I'm kind of pissed we didn't. But, like, on the other hand, it's a decent result because we finished the game with 10 men and we didn't capitulate.
If this is the beginning of the season, we probably lose.
10-11 is tough.
Like, if this is the beginning of the season, we probably lose, considering our record with the red cards in the beginning of the season.
52 minutes too long to play 10v11, man. That's just too much.
That was a really long time to be down to 10 men, yeah.
It's just too much to play kind of how we wanted to play. Like, I don't know. I'm not upset at that result. Although at the beginning of the week, I said, you don't have to win both, but you can't lose either one. And you have to win at least one of them. And I would have rather beat Barca than Arsenal. So I'm happy.
You got exactly what you wanted. Well, actually, exactly what you wanted was wins all the way around. But
I would have taken 2 wins, but once Caicedo goes to VAR, I'm like, well, he's going to get sent off. So let's not lose this, boys.
Actually, Pete, you were in here earlier. Did you think that was a harsh red?
No. The only thing I would say is Betancourt did the same thing to us a month ago and didn't get sent off.
Yeah, I know.
That's clearly a red. Like, textbook studs into... The reason that's a red card is because studs are going into ankle. Anytime it's going into the ankle or the shin or just things that can break freakishly, you're going to get a red card for that. None of you probably watched Wolves versus Villa this morning. Or, I don't know, maybe Scott did because he's a sicko. But the number 10 from Wolves did this bullshit where he tried to jump into a challenge, but his studs just kind of stamped on somebody, and they didn't connect higher up the leg. So that was basically the justification given for him only getting a yellow and not a red. The reason Caicedo gets a straight red there is because it's studs going straight into something that can feasibly break, which I think is a stupid precedent. I think anybody lunging into a challenge with studs should get sent off, whether they make contact or not. That's the whole theory behind dangerous play and those being reds. But I don't disagree with the Caicedo red. I would just say what Betancourt did a month ago, right in front of the referee, is the exact same thing on Reece, and that didn't get a red. So let's make sure to give that as a red card every single time, please. Let's maintain some consistency.
Yeah, I wouldn't have as much of an issue with the situation if it was consistent.
So it's like, wait, we just had that happen to one of our players, and he didn't get sent off.
Yeah, no, 100% agreed.
Different refs, whatever.
Yeah, agreed. All right, boys. Unless there's anything else you want to bring up, I think it's time to call it a wrap. Any final thoughts?
Nah, man. Another cup final on Wednesday, and we keep going. You're laughing, but It's not gonna be
No, we
fun.
gotta
if
treat
we
it
don't
all like
win.
a cup final. You're right.
It's not gonna be fun if we don't win. Last time we went there, we lost like 3-0, I think.
Oh boy,
Where?
Ellen Road, man. Ellen Road.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't had fun.
Oh,
on Ellen
Leeds.
Road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that when Conor Gallagher got sent off, or was it Conte? I don't remember.
I thought it
got
was
sent off.
Koulibaly or somebody.
Someone got sent off for some bullshit. I think it was Conor Gallagher.
No.
I don't remember. But was not a good time. But yeah, ladies and gents, we're gonna raid out to Lee Gunner because we got Chelsea fans over there. CB, I think Lewis was there a second ago. And you know, we just want to show up and banter a little bit and show some support for the Chelsea fans in there. So copy and paste the raid messages right there for y'all. Be sure to let them know where you're coming from. We'll be back again Wednesday to react to the match. I'm going to figure out a way to do the call-in show this week. I'd probably move it to Thursday instead. So keep posted for that. Obviously, then we'll be back again for the game on the weekend to react to that. If it's not on Sunday, then Sunday will be a Casually Chelsea show. Also got to figure out a way to get that in there as well. So jam-packed schedule, plenty of content to come on the channel, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. Hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever we do go live. Also subscribe to the channel, help us get to 5K subscribers. Big surprise for the channel once we hit the 5K mark. So help show support and love by hitting that subscribe, smashing the like, hype up the video too if you have some hype points. Helps out with the YouTube algorithms and getting us into that hype playlist or hype list there. And last but not least, memberships. There's 4 different tiers starting at 99p, and at the very second tier, which is proper casual and higher, you get shout outs at the end of every show. I'm going to butcher some names here, but these members are Anra Varazwi, John B 3405, Gabriel Mejia 6081, Ish 462, Hater Wakas QK7SQ, JC Badam Bum Bum, Dark MK 3HC, Lanray Sadiq 4470, A Solomon 93, EE, and Adrian M90. Big up for the support at the proper casual and higher tiered membership. And big up to everyone else who's been supporting the channel as well at the other tiers. So we'll be back again, like I said, Wednesday. Stay tuned. Be sure to be here for the streams. Plenty of content to come. And yeah, listen, a good result. When you think about the circumstances, down to 10 men at home. We're still 6 points off the top. Plenty of games to go in the season. So big up to every single one of you. Copy and paste the raid message. We'll see you over on League Under Stream. And until then, stay casual. Have a good night and peace.